Let's finish it. Let's finally fucking finish Simulanka. The afterword chapter. So I have gone back through... What game am I playing? I've gone back through and done, as many of the little, like, treasure chests and little puzzles and stuff as I could possibly find on my own. But then, in doing so, I accidentally stumbled into the very beginning of the afterword chapter, so when Kaya tries the local special drink, which is just ink, and he gets all yucked out, that scene already happened, and I apologize. It was very funny. I'm sure there's clips of it that you can find on the internets. But anyway, we are now going to continue the afterword. The Simulanka afterward. Oh, that's right. I have a team for this with the story characters. Yeah. Oh my god, and Kilala has a whole world quest, doesn't she? We have an entire, like, aside to do with Kilala. Oh, we're looking for Kale. There she is. Well, that was easy. Ah, I'm so happy to be back
here is
in
nothing
Simulanka.
short of amazing. I have to write it down so I can tell Master Tainari all about it later.
You're so cute,
Hey,
Kale.
You scared me.
Sorry, Kale.
Traveler in Paimon? You got invited here too?
Yep. Well, they sort of skipped the invitation part, but
Yeah, we just
anyway,
kind
what
of
you
arrived
doing out
here.
here. Something caught your eye?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to observe and summarize the structures of the trees here, and also the animals that live
Okay.
here. Well, the residents, I guess? I still can't get over the fact that they're all someone's origami handiwork.
Once a forest ranger, always a forest ranger, huh? Not sure you'll be able to apply much of what you learn here back home, though, with this being a magical world and everything. What? Over there, by the giant footprint. Have those houses always been there?
Oh, those? The local flying squirrels told me that they were built by a small dragon and some guy wearing a hat.
Oh my god.
Oh, that must have been Minnie Durin and Hat Guy.
The local flying
any
squirrels
idea
told
where
her.
they went?
Supposedly,
I love this
after
event.
building the houses, they went to somewhere called, Constellation Metropole? Did I say that right?
Yep, you got it. Oh, also, when the locals mentioned the dragon, did they seem at all, did they say how they felt about him at all?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Now that you mention it, the atmosphere changed a little when they talked about him.
Ooh.
Oh no. They mentioned some stuff along the lines of past misunderstandings and welcoming new members. I only just got here, so I know very little about what has happened in the past. They seemed genuinely grateful for the houses, though, and said they were going to plan a welcome party.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, that's that's
Sounds
good.
like the forest has begun to accept him. It's a step in the right direction.
Are you looking for that small dragon?
Yeah, he's a new friend we made after we arrived here.
No way! Really? I'm getting more and more interested in your story. No. I've got to save it for next time. For now, I've got to make the most out of my time in this wonderful world.
Oh, there's no rush. Just take it slow and enjoy yourself. Like Kaya. Oh, he sends his regards, by the way.
Oh, Mr. Kaya is here too? Then I've got to go say hi to him.
Well, right now he's at the tavern and he probably won't be leaving until he's drunk. Not that he'll ever reach that point because his alcohol tolerance is so high. Basically, it's Kaya. You know where to find him.
You make a good point, Paimon. Then I'll focus on exploring for now, and go catch up with him later.
Shall we go pay a visit to the Metropole Traveler? Maybe Minnie, Durin, and Hat Guy are still there.
Oh, right. By the way,
How many characters are we going to
has
meet
been happening
here?
in Sumeru recently.
I wonder.
Master Tainari has been working really hard on it, so if you have time, definitely go and check it out.
Sounds good. We'll find some time in our schedule.
Oh. Enjoy your field trip.
Of course. See you later.
Tee-hee-hee. I just realized I forgot to update my stream info, so I was just doing that while I was talking. Don't mind me. Go to the Astral Garden at the highest point in Constellation Metropole. Okay. I probably can just teleport, because I think I have all the waypoints. Woo! Wait, where is it? There it is. A bleh. A bleh bleh. Should I do this waypoint then? Sure, why not? Shooby-doo. Okay. Oh, it's Mona! Hi, Mona. Yeah, of course you're here. What?
My eyes deceiving me.
That's
There's
great.
no way. I can't believe
What?
Hey, Mona! We heard you muttering from a long way away.
I'm way too
What's
amused by that.
Oh, is your scry glass acting up again?
Oh, it's you, the saviors of this world. My scry glass is fine, but I'm not sure I can say the same about my eyes.
What's
Look.
wrong?
Look at this statue.
Uh-huh.
What? Is it broken or something? Looks fine to Paimon. That's your master, right? AKA the goddess of prophecy?
I refuse to believe it. There's no way that old hag looks anything like this.
So mean. Maybe she did when she was younger.
When she was younger. Oh, actually, now that you mention it, this does remind me of the fashionista phase she wrote about in her diary. She can't hear
Okay.
me, can she? I swear I just got chills down my spine.
I mean...
Either way, it's probably a little rude to talk about her right under her statue. But how do you know it's a statue of her if you never saw her as a young woman?
I did a quick scry when I came into this world, and when I saw the stars' reflections, I was at a loss for words. It looks like fate in Simulanka is based directly on Tevat.
How
A
very
projection
convenient.
of real-world fate to form an image of reality. Or in layman's terms, basically, the creator made this world inside a mirror or a lake, and this world is the reflection.
Still sounds pretty
I see.
impressive.
The more I scried, the more familiar everything looked. It's her work, there's no doubt about it. Even so, everything's far more complex than I'd imagined. Trying to decipher it all is giving me quite a headache. I also asked the
cute,
locals
too.
about her. They call her she who has dominion over the stars and the course of fate itself.
Wow.
Not
That's
even a
a mouthful.
pretense of humility. Clearly, she let the role of creator goddess get to her head. Not that I'm surprised in the least, of course. It certainly matches the tone of her diary.
Jesus, Mona!
Anyway, we should change the topic.
Oh, so Mona, have you seen a small dragon around by any chance? He's about the same size as Paimon, but with tiny little wings.
Ah,
And also
you mean
is
the
a
one that
dragon.
caused all that trouble? I haven't seen him for myself, but I heard that he came to the Metropole not long ago to formally apologize for his actions. Apparently, he brought a huge stash of Toitanium and plant oil to make amends.
There's
Most people
so much
accepted
stuff
his
that
apology,
has happened off screen.
Although there are some
Wow.
who said that they'll reserve judgment until they've seen how he acts in the future.
Oh, okay. Do you know where we can find him?
One moment.
Let me scry. Okay, okay. Sure. What, are we gonna project a map now? Or it's just the information is transmitted into her head?
It looks like he's at the Broken Sea. There's a big group of people with him, too.
Cool. Wanna come with us? We can introduce you.
I think I'll sit this one out. This might be the closest I ever get to meeting the old hag in her youth, so I think I'll spend some time seeing what else I can glean from her grand design. You guys have fun.
Thank you for your astrological
Anytime.
assistance.
We'll be off now. See you later, Mona.
Alright. I'm curious if they have extra lines.
Creating a whole world starscape is no easy task. Old hag, I guess you do deserve the title of Trismegistus after all.
Sure. Go to the Broken Sea to look for Mini-Durin. Ah, this place is so pretty. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Okay. Let's go find Mini-Durin. What's up, hat guy? How's it hanging?
Osvaldo Hafnavines! Does thou see what I am seeing?
Fischl.
Tell me that my all-perceiving Aug de Verurtelang deceiveth me not.
Your eyes see true, mein Fräulein.
Okay, Oz, it's
Very
mine.
well.
It's mine,
Then, as
Fräulein.
sovereign ruler of the Emenachreich, I extend to you both my greetings, O Night Dragon from the land of the Thousand Stars and his hat-wearing servant.
I'm not.
Who did you just call a servant?
What mein Fräulein means to say
Mein
is,
Fräulein!
hello, it's a pleasure to
Mine,
meet you.
Fräulein!
Pleasure to meet you too. But Hat Guy's not my servant. He's my friend.
Yeah. I
Now
feel
you're
like if you're going
over-explaining.
to cast actors who are meant to be saying German words all the time, they should know how to say the German words.
Oh, greetings,
I'm just,
outlander
I don't know.
blessed by
Maybe
the
that's just
Emenachreich.
me.
How honored you are to meet your prinzessin beneath the stars of another sky. Clearly a decision made by fate itself.
I am not playing along with your Delulu shit, Fischl. It's great to see you too, except no, it's Klee! Yay, Klee is here! Klee is adorable. And Albedo! Is
Greetings.
everybody here?
You both look well.
All the Mondstadt folk are here.
Have you been having fun here?
And Kale.
Yup.
I bet she
loads
has.
and loads of fun. There are so many cute animals and a magic train that was really long and a huge, huge castle and a king lives there and everything.
I've been taking Klee to see all the sights. It's been a very enriching experience. Alice's magic is truly outstanding.
Yeah, Mom's amazing. Klee wants to build a great big house now, too.
So, your mom and my mom were friends?
Yeah. Our moms were friends, which makes you my big brother. My mom used to read your mom's stories to me all the time. They were great.
This is wonderful.
Big brother?
Oh, you're part of the family now, Mini Durin.
Wow. Thank you, Klee. Can I go play with Klee, Hat Guy?
Suit yourself.
Oh my god, this is so cute!
Go on. Just don't go too far away. I'll come pick you up later.
Fucking adorable.
Yay! Come on, Mini Durin. Do you want to come play with us too, Fischl? Your prinzessin accepts your invitation. Rejoice! Though you may be concealed by fog, still you shall have the good fortune to witness the true might of the Aug de Verurtelang.
What mein Fräulein means to say is, perhaps we can all play hide and seek together. Mein Fräulein is it.
I love that the fucking magical shadow bird is the one that translates
me
her
too.
nonsense into real English. Except he still does call her
To return to our previous discussion,
Fräulein.
Mr. Hat Guy, you were telling me about a prophecy?
I heard B talking to M. What she said was,
Since you're so persistent, let me tell you a secret. Our child will one day rise from the dead.
Okay.
Is she saying that Dragonspine Durin will come back to life?
I'm shocked.
I only heard it in a memory, so don't hold me to it.
Understood. My recent observations at Dragonspine lend credence to this prophecy as well. Durin's heart has slowly but surely been growing in vitality. The process is extremely slow, but the trend is clear.
Interesting.
What should we do?
I didn't expect
To
this
start
little
with,
event to have lore
plan for
implications.
every potential scenario, including, of course, the worst case scenario.
Sure.
I am well aware of Durin's past, and I sincerely hope that things never escalate to that point. Still, we need to be prepared for every possibility. If the prophecy is true, and Durin's heart will one day beat again, I'd like to hope that whatever rises from the dead is no evil dragon. If you understand what I mean.
Sure.
Kind of? But not really.
Well, you know how mini Durin's
And
cool.
so, when the
maybe
time
the real
comes,
Durin
Mr.
will be
Hat Guy,
cool.
will you and Simulanka's Durin be willing to lend us a hand in our hour of need?
Huh? What's
I
this
love
got to do with me?
The line delivery, like, hat
You saved
guy?
the Durin of this world. I don't see that as a mere coincidence. If there is any meaning to be read into the actions of the three goddesses, beyond fairy tale
Klee is
whimsy
so
alone,
lovingly animated.
I can only boldly speculate that the fate of this reflected world may have a reciprocal effect upon our own world. If Durin of Dragonspine will soon come back to life, we will need many Durin's help, as well as yours, given that your fates are now intertwined.
Well, that's a nuisance.
No good
To be
deed
sure,
goes unpunished, my
it
friend.
certainly won't be easy.
Albedo! Albedo! There's a flying paper ship over there! Can we go see it together, please?
Sure. 2 seconds, I'll be right with you. Please give my suggestion some thought, Mr. Hat Guy.
They could have made his voice name, you know, Wanderer, but no. It's Hat
What were
Guy.
you guys
That's
talking
really
about?
fucking funny.
Nothing.
Huh. Okay then. Let's go join the others. Alright, everyone's going to check out the new origami ship.
All right, I'll be right there. Why would I
Are you
be?
worried about Durin?
Do I strike you as someone who cares about other people's issues?
No, but that's a very carefully crafted image now that he saved Simulanka's
Quit
Durin.
trying to guess what I'm thinking.
Oh, we have a button now! Now that he saved Simulanka's Durin, maybe he'll be sympathetic to the Durin of our world. And then,
Quit trying to guess what I'm thinking. I'm leaving.
I'm so glad they implemented this, because some of these lines go by way too fast. Albedo was right. He needs time to think about it for himself. Look at the little ship with Mini Durin's fucking face on it!
What a lovely little boat!
Woo! The stars in her
Forest
eyes
Fairy helped us make
are a
it.
mood.
Paimon just realized there's a lot fewer people around the Broken Sea now. Guess most of them have made their way back to the Metropole.
Does this boat have a name? I can't see one anywhere.
The SS Mini Durin?
Huh?
I don't know.
A name?
Both have names?
Every boat has a name. At least, all the ones I've seen before.
They're usually symbolic names that represent something aspirational.
Are they? Oh man, are you about to say something
Let's go
wholesome?
with the Durin.
Yes, you are.
You want to name it after me?
Oh, you mean to
It's
wish
already
Mini
got his
Durin a
picture
safe
on it,
voyage
so-
as he sails into a new chapter of his life beyond this world?
Thanks, Paimon.
Your princessin approves. Let this vessel bear the name of the most esteemed dragon of the night.
The Turin. Let's call it that then. Thank you, Hat Guy. Also, can I ask you a favor?
Go on.
Remember how Mom's friend said I should be able to leave this world? Well, I want to pay a visit to your world. Just a quick trip, can we?
Huh?
Is Is that a no?
Paimon thinks that's a great idea. If the people of Simulanka are allowed to go to Teyvat, then what's the problem with taking Mini Durin there for a visit?
I'm assuming I'll have to be your bodyguard while we're there.
I can protect myself. And I'll do what you say. I won't fly off on my own, I promise. Please, can I go?
It'll be up to you to stick close. If you disappear on me, don't expect me to come looking.
Got it.
Don't
I'll
expect
stay
it.
close.
I will,
Why
but
don't
don't
you take the
expect me to.
Now you've given it a name, it'll be a maiden voyage for the boat and a brand new journey for you.
Are you leaving, Mini Durin? Okay. Well, make sure you come visit me in Mondstadt so we can play together again. Klee will draw you a map to show you the way. Though our time together has been as fleeting as a ray of light in the depths of the long night,
Oh my
the
god, the
Imanok
poses!
will welcome you with the grandest of music ceremonies on the occasion of our next reunion. As surely as the stars in the sky watch over us, we shall meet again.
What Main Fräulein means is that you're always welcome to visit her at home as well.
Cool. Ah, I have so many new friends now. I'm so happy.
Are you done yet? If you want to leave, then get over here.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. The blessings you gave me are more precious than any treasure and more beautiful than any fairy tale.
I need a Mini
Next
Durin
time,
plushie
it
like
will be
yesterday.
my turn to make your wishes come true.
He's so cute! Fell Dragon's picture book. What? An odd textual mystery. Is this related to... Oh, it is! Because Cole mentioned something about it. Okay, there's some world quests. Oh hey, Forrest Gump. There's some world quests we need to finish in Simulanka. Let's, we're already in the Broken Sea, so let's do this lighthouse thing. Okay, so I have to take the lamp from the lighthouse up to the highest island and hang the lamp. Okay. Here we go. That's the last waypoint I don't have yet because I didn't want to accidentally trigger the quest. Whee! Eh? Wait, but I need to boing. Did the blocks rotate? They do! Stuff is happening. An alternate route appears when you boing. Alright, whatever. I'll take it. What's this? It looks like something goes there, but... Ah! This goes there. I see. Hey! Da-da! Let's not die, please. Alright. This button? Okay. And then... connect and fly. Ta-da! We love some platforming. Alright. A chest! Neat. A blue? Do I... A blue. Ah! Oh, there's something over here. Oh, here's the island as Noir was talking about. There's something under it too. Okay. Someone under the island, huh? Ah! A windmill. This wind's way too strong! Okay. I guess we don't go under it first. Where Where's this lamp gonna get hung? Just on this plant? Or what? Oh, there's a dude. Hello, dude. Chauvin. Chauvin? Chauvania? Chauvania? I don't know. I speak French, technically. Chauvania? Why are you still angry? Perhaps you really shouldn't have ventured outside. Hello there. Did you plant this tree? We'd like to hang a lamp on this tree. A lamp? Well, putting one up might be nice. Some warm light might do Chauvania's mood some good. Might even put us on speaking terms again. Please do lend us a hand then, and if I may lend you one in turn, just say the word and it shall be so. Nice! Smooth sailing so far, huh? Let's get this lamp hung up. This music is delightful. Hang a lamp. That should do it! The light should shine far and wide now. Not that anything's happened yet. We wait, of course. Maybe those venturers have seen the light already and are on the way back as we speak. It's so pretty. Huh, nothing's happened. Not a person has returned. Hello, you two. Not to disturb you or anything, but what were you intending to do by hanging that light up again? Well, long story short, you tell Panuel what happened. I see. I've heard about the issue with Noir and the lighthouse as well, and this idea was a good one. However, perhaps we could hang it up still higher. Well, it's not like we can literally hang it up in the sky, can we? I mean, the stars are hanging from strings, Paimon. Hanging the lamp up in the sky, that could perhaps be possible. See, I told you there was a way. Please let me finish. This idea of mine may not actually work. The Whispering Isle is not far from here. If a gift is offered up unto the goddess on that island, she will grant the supplicant their wish. Whoa, that's some island. Righto! Oh, that's Paimon. Righto! So, let's take this lamp over to that Whispering Isle and see what the deal is. That said, I do not know if that goddess still hears our wishes. I've been to that island to offer gifts, but my wishes were not granted. Perhaps something's gone wrong somewhere. What'd you wish for? My wish was a simple one, to be friends with Chauvania forever. We used to live here together, taking care of this tree, drinking tea and chatting. He once set off on a long journey, and when he returned, he was almost unrecognizable. Not that it should have mattered, we were still friends, I thought. We'd understand one another. But he grew stranger and stranger, and his days filled with odd mumblings and melancholy. He even rejected all of my tea party invitations. I feared that he might no longer want to be my friend, so I made plans to go to the Whispering Isle and make a wish to the goddess. The oldest legend in our village says that originally the goddess greatly favored the brave, so as long as a valiant person were to bring her a gift as proof of their courage, she would respond to them. But I feared that she would not bestow her favor upon me, and so I brought a dragon scale with me. Do you know about the giant dragon that suddenly emerged from the Titanium mines? It flattened a great many homes and even mashed that mountain. Now our venturers can no longer repair their boats or make tools there, and I have had to change from whence they embark on their adventures. And have had to. That mountain is just over there, but nowadays he's as broken as the broken sea itself. We've constantly tried to chase the dragon away and defend our village. Whenever it flew above our village, we would grab chairs, tables, forks, and spoons with which to chase it away. Seems as if you've succeeded thus far. Well, whatever the case may be, at least that dragon hasn't come back to set fire to the village or roll over it or anything like that. Mini Durin's no evil dragon. He just wants to be friends with everyone. Is that so? In that case, his way of showing it is most unexpected. Well, we couldn't understand what he was saying at the time anyway, so all we could do was chase him off. When he left behind a scale. I believed that it could prove my courage, and my neighbors thought so too. And when I put the scale before the statue of the goddess, it began to glow with an awesome light. I thought that this meant the goddess acknowledged my wish and was about to grant it, but Chauvagna did not change. He still refused to come out of that pot, and he remains as upset as ever. He even advised me to become a venturer and go on a long journey with him. No way am I doing that! Wait, come out of what pot now? Almost sounds like he's some sort of potted flower. That's right. Chauvagna is presently a flower in a pot. I mean, that's pretty alright, isn't it? He can live next to the tree and I can take care of him, water him, drink tea and sing for him. But he always says that no matter where he goes, he must be sure of his place, something he learned from his venturing. And that pot is his place. Coax and cajole as I might, I can't get him out of that pot. The goddess didn't make my wish come true, and I don't know what the matter is. Sounds like she did. Sorry for going on and on like that. Must have taken up quite a bit of your time there. The Whispering Isle is that way. Perhaps the goddess will be more willing to hear your wish. It sounds like she turned him into a plant, and now he is stuck with you forever. It sounds like she monkey's pawed the shit out of that wish. But what do I know? Where are we headed? We're going this way. Now, I will admit, I did check this island once already, but there wasn't a quest for it yet, so we'll see what happens. Oh, goodness. Oh, I didn't even notice all three of them they have statues here. They're all sitting here. Hello, sideways minimap. Well, this should be the Whispering Isle. Guess these statues here are meant to represent the goddess then. Though we don't know what kind of offering to give, let's have a look around first and see what we can find. A blue? Oh, a little path. Gentle statue. Offer here your weapon bright, dispel the dense days as the light does night. Do I not have what I need? I did find... Oh, also this. What is this? A picture book that contains... Oh! Oh, it's the... Okay. It's the whole story. I see. I did find some stuff. I swear I did. I pulled out a sword. Yeah. This is the weapon. Huh. Okay. Was I supposed to find like 3 things, maybe? Oh, the sword is over there. Or that's the scale. He already offered the scale. Peaceful statue. Present now your armor strong that guards your heart lest it go wrong. This should be the dragon scale that Penuel used to wish, then. It can't be retrieved. Seems like he really did make a wish. If nothing else, at least we know he did come here to wish before. So I have a sword, a weapon. It didn't let me offer it, though. I don't know. A star. Oh, I'm gonna follow the star. Where are we going? Whoa, there's stuff. You're giving me stuff! That's so nice of you. Observations. There is a tail, this, and below. Okay. Oh, whoa! What? Where are we going? Oh. See, I went in by climbing. I jumped down and climbed in here myself. I did not do this. I did not know there was a chest.
I'll keep this close.
But this is the room full of, old summer event stuff, which I only started playing in November, so I don't have any feels about any of this. And then there's that story that was a little upsetting. Yeah, and we dropped some stuff from this summer event. Yeah. Is this gonna take me back, or do I have to go back myself? What happens if I just... Okay. Cool. That's cool. Thanks, bro. Alright. What does the central statue say? Elegant statue. Here, make the wish you hold so dear, and the reasons for your prayer you must make clear. Okay. 3 statues, and it looks like we're gonna have to offer them 2 more gifts. But what should we offer? Paimon hasn't a clue. Any thoughts? If it should be related to the wish, we should offer that lamp. That makes sense. Esnor's wish is to see the lamp hung high for all to see, right? Well, that just about clears armor, but we don't have any clue where to begin with weapons. It could be a sword, a polearm. There's way too many options. The statue of the goddess reacted to the dragon scale. Perhaps the 2 gifts we need have to do with dragons. Dragon-related stuff. Hang on, didn't we pick something up that resembles a horn from inside that mountain? That's right, and it looked like a sword! That's gotta be the weapon we're looking for. That sounds sensible and looks sensible too. The point is, the whole idea is most sensible. On point! This problem is, though, that Penwell's wish wasn't granted even after making a wish using the dragon scale. But that scale and horn are our only clues right now, so we may as well give it a try. That said, the Whispering Isle is pretty big, huh? The 3 goddess statues up there are huge, too! If this was an ordinary adventure story, there would be mysterious treasures hidden under the statues or something. On that note, I think we should take a closer look around. You never know when we'll find something nice. The goddess probably won't mind, will she? We'll just be careful. See instead of touch, much less break. Besides, we've already found the weapon, haven't we? It's settled then. As to whether we're going treasure hunting or wishing to the goddess first, well, that's up to you. I mean, I already explored the island. Okay, so you couldn't make the offerings until you looked at all 3 statues. Got it. Offer the weapon. The scale stays there. And then I guess we offer the lamp to the elegant statue. Ta-da! We made a wish. Probably. It's the moon! We hung up the moon! Oh, hello! That was fast. Hi! It's so pretty. Esnor! Oh, it's good to see you. I knew I could trust you, and the light that you shone my way. I gave you my word, dear friend, and now you're back. I don't remember what voice I gave him. As for the light, however, you have our 2 guests to thank. Sky Rise above, that was you then! I thought you had been stranded on that island when I saw you on my return trip, which is why I invited you on board. Words fail to describe how thankful I am to you. Had that radiance not reached my ship, I'm sure I would have been utterly lost at sea. Also, what happened to your lighthouse, Esmar? What happened to this place? What exactly did I miss? Esmar gesticulates wildly as he explains the events that transpired to Roselle. A dragon crashed into the village and another into the waterfall behind it. That really is a lot. I'm gonna have to ask you to give me all the details when you've got the time. Well, I have the time right now. I have time anytime, in fact. I've managed to clean up a little area where we can have some tea and cakes and enjoy the fragrance of the flowers while we're at it. Really? Then that would be no problem at all. In fact, I've been looking forward to this. I'll show you the new samples I've collected, too. You will not believe all the different types of flowers and bugs I've encountered. It's just a shame my bag is so small. I shall bring a larger one next time for sure. Next time, you'll leave again, I presume. Do not worry. Our time together is lengthy still, Esmar. The time we have now is more than sufficient for me to tell you about all the new things I've seen, I assure you. Are you going back out venturing? Yes, I am a venturer. To venture is my calling. Don't go, Roselle. Have you not noticed how some of your colleagues become strange when they return? They fret about the value of carpets and hats, but not at all about which is more beautiful or intricately made. Don't be angry, Esmar. We can speak about this later. I brought you flower seeds from outside, ones with contours and colors I'm sure you've never seen before. Ah yes, dear guests, you too should take some of these marvelous new gifts I've obtained from outside. Consider them a token of my gratitude. Thank you for lighting the way for my ship, and also for taking care of Esmar. Now that the light illuminates the way, I'm sure other venturers will also begin returning to the village. I hope they can rest well. After all, there are many far-off places that await their exploration still. Oh, look at the swing! Look at them! Oh, they're reunited! How cute. No matter how many times you ask, Roselle, I will not go out venturing with you. You're my friend, yes, and that will never change. I do not dislike you, but I do not enjoy traveling. Esmar, it is nowhere near as frightening as you imagine. It's just a trip, after all. The outside world plays host to many flowers that cannot be found in our village, and many people we've never met. Even the shapes of the clouds are different there. Remember the seed I brought you from outside? I can guarantee you've never seen any flower with its shape or color before. It's still a seed now. I'll plant it, and then we'll see. If you're willing to go with me, we might be able to see this flower with our own eyes. Roselle, I'm sorry. I have no wish to travel abroad, nor do I want to become like those venturers. They always fret about the value of carpets and pay no mind to beautiful hats. This is how your travels change you, and it scares me. That is true, but have you noticed the maps, the plant samples, and the travelogues that fill their luggage to bursting? We surge through different bushes and shrubs like a gust of wind, like rivers passing through another lake. We encounter different things, and we too become different people. This is how travel changes you, and it scares me too, but I'm thankful for those changes as well. I'd compare it to a slice of bread with cream slathered on both sides. You're gonna make a mess no matter how carefully you try to hold it. In that case, I'd spread the cream on separately. That way I can even smear on different flavors. Not a bad idea. That should keep your hands clean. Ah, it's you. Here at last. Roselle has been telling me about how wonderful the outside world is, inviting me along to venture. Do you know much of that world? Is it as he says it is? Yes, it is. In the outside world, there's no lack of new things to discover. Right! There's lots to eat, many fun things to do, and you'll even get to encounter many interesting things and awesome people. For example, you'll find those who focus on the beautiful essence of all things, which seems to be what he's concerned about. You'll bear witness to radiant, unfading ideals, or you'll get to meet those who work hard to realize their dreams. I think he wants to hear the first one. Really? Dear me, I'd believe the outside world to only be conscious of value, and to be full of those who wish to wear hats but dare not. Is this like a metaphor for something?
Well, you can think of it like a cake with various chocolates scattered on the top. Every bite's a whole new experience.
Laugh is like a box of chocolates. Anywho.
That's way better than having all the chalks taste the same.
Chalks? The chalks.
Because that would make for a super ordinary cake, right?
Well said, Paimon.
Well, who wouldn't after listening to it for this long?
Is that so? Well, I'll need more time to think about this, but perhaps just a little venturing couldn't hurt, surely. No need to rush into things, Esmar. There's still much time before my next voyage. Until then, let's consider this issue together. Aw. I'm glad I talked to them again. Okay, we've got some more stuff. I don't know what this is about. This just popped into my list of quests and I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with this at all. Okay, now, the Squirrel Princess. We have things to do with the Squirrel Princess. Yes. Where are we going? Down, I guess. Hello, Princess Semest. I don't know what anybody sounds like. I don't remember. It's been a few weeks.
So we're all completely stumped.
How come you're all here? Looks like I'm here now too. Oh, it's you! Such a relief that you've come. Oh no, he's the like nervous frog, right? Oh, it's you! Such a relief that you've come. Thank you for coming, my honorable paladin. We seem to have run into a rather peculiar problem.
Peculiar problem? Oh no, don't tell Paimon that the relic hasn't acknowledged Mr. Farabear either!
If the problem was only that I hadn't been acknowledged as guardian, that would actually be simpler. How to put this? Mr. Farabear is indeed the champion jumper. That much is indisputable. But the trial he passed with Rainsong Pond's jumping contest, and when he was acknowledged as champion, it was a committee that declared him so. It is true that Her Highness resides in a tall tower, and that in this kingdom does indeed, and that this kingdom does indeed have its own series of arduous trials. But she clearly isn't trapped, much less needs me to jump up and rescue her. All those trials, no matter how good I was at jumping, I'll never be able to pass them. They just aren't designed for paper frogs. On paper, you seem like the perfect candidate, but the details just didn't work out. What are we to do if we can't complete our calling?
You keep talking about this calling of yours, and Mr. Farabear mentioned it too. What exactly is it? If you haven't found the guardian and the princess you're looking for, why don't you just keep looking? Even if you don't find them right this instant, it's not like this place is gonna vanish into thin air.
Our kingdom exists for its calling. It is also the only way we can save it. Likewise, the residents of Rainsong Pond have sacrificed so much and are continuing to sacrifice for that princess who's nowhere to be found. Generation after generation of champions have quietly aged away, all memory of their deeds fading away into oblivion. Jesus. Mr. Aurelot has spoken of these brave ones before. Weighed down by the burden of unrealized ambition, they are left with no other choice but to end their days in obscurity. Such a fate is crueler than the fall of a kingdom. Sad frog sounds. Farabear, we talked about this before. You said you were going to reconsider, and now we must have faith in our champion. If I were perched on a lotus leaf and suddenly found myself drifting away with the current, I would do my best to make sure it didn't capsize in the middle of the river. Now that I carry the lotus head bangle, I cannot shirk my duty. This has nothing to do with courage, Mr. Aurelot, just duty.
Paimon knew our Lotus Leaf rafting experience wasn't a complete waste of time. Spoken like a true champion. But if I do end up going overboard, you'll have to call for a stumpy. A stumpy. He'd definitely be better at this than I am. Oh, come on. He's the real champion when it comes down to it, so why have I ended up being the one on the Lotus Leaf? Looks like we still have to go rafting a few more times. Haha, you sure are one unique champion. No matter how hard you try, you've always convinced you're going to fail. You really needn't worry. After all, not only did you come here entirely of your own accord, but you had the courage to shoulder a great responsibility. You were brave enough to make a choice and boldly follow through with it. At least in my eyes, you are no less than any flying squirrel. Oh, thanks? Your Highness, thank you for your praise and for your trust. Besides, I'm already on this Lotus Leaf, so I can't get off now anyway. Well, anyway, now that we have the backing of so many strong fighters, I think it's high time we headed into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs to see what lurks in its depths. What a name! Saborn, Sufash, there is no use in trying to stop me. After all, they didn't even try. They said nothing. After all, when have you ever succeeded in holding me back? Come on, lighten up. This is the last clue we need to save the kingdom. Not a single princess that's gone into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs has ever come back out again! If there is nothing in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs, what does it matter whether I return or not? But on the other hand, if there really is a clue to the salvation of the kingdom in there, then even if I were to be trapped inside, that wouldn't be such a bad thing, would it? What kind of place is this? Is the cave of... What kind of place is the... Hold on. What kind of place is this Cave of Eerie Murmurs anyway? And why does your Highness sound so serious? Oh, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Simply put, it's where those princesses of past kingdoms searched for the answer. But even until the day their kingdoms vanished utterly, those princesses were never seen again. Ah, by never seen again, surely you don't mean they disappeared too? There isn't a single flying squirrel that knows, but we'll find out soon enough. To be safe, I'll bring the relic along with us. Who knows, it might just come in handy. It's a secret tool that'll help us later. All right, everyone. All right, everyone, let's go. Given that one of you is an expert flyer and the other a champion jumper, I trust you'll both be able to keep up with me. I like her. She's feisty. Whoa, Her Highness has flown off already. Let's catch up. Alright. Where are we going? Hip! Should I, like, teleport? Oh, you know what I should do? Equip. No. That's not what I meant to do. This. I think I've pretty much found everything, though. There's fruit here. I will take. I probably could teleport to wherever we're going. Probably. It's not that far, though. It's just apparently on the other side. On the other side of this little mountain. Yeah. Here we are. Oh, this door thing. That's what the Cave of Eerie Murmurs is. Didn't the princess take us to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs before? Paimon's sure she heard a strange voice while we were there. Just to let you guys know, us paper frogs aren't very good at jumping in caves. Don't worry, Mr. Farabear. Paimon might have just been hearing things. I am a voice, but a voice is not life. Interaction is only born of contradictions, and only interaction is dialogue. There it is again! Do not fear, these voices will not harm us. They are simply lamenting their own past. Are these the princess's voices? To be precise, both princesses and princes. What they have in common is they are all voices from fallen kingdoms. So ghosts. They came in search of answers but found nothing. All they could do was stay and lament their fate in vain. You know this place well. You must have come here many times before. You show great intuition, as one would expect of a paladin. That is correct. I have come here often since my accession. After all, compared to those princesses and princes from the past, there is nothing special about me at all. It was wishful thinking, indeed, for me to have imagined that a miracle might suddenly happen, and that I'd find our true guardian just like that. But for the sake of my kingdom, I had to keep searching for a way to fulfill my calling. I could not simply stand by and watch it fade away. So I looked everywhere, but I found nothing. Finally, though, I narrowed down my search to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. But because this cave has never been thoroughly investigated, and so as not to drive Saborn and Sufash sick with worry or cause their voices to go hoarse, I have never entered the Cave of Eerie Murmurs itself. Now, for the future of the kingdom and all our aged champions, I have no choice but to go in. ... Don't be afraid, Your Highness. Not only do you have the super strong traveler and the champion jumper Mr. Farrowbear to back you up, but also the seasoned floater Paimon too. No matter what happens, we'll make sure you stay safe. Right, traveler? Mr. Farrowbear? At your service, Your Highness. Leave it all to me. We've got your back, I think. I mean, we've hopefully got your back. You are not doing a good job, Farrowbear. Seriously, caves really aren't designed for jumping in. It's all right, Mr. Champion. We still have plenty of time to prepare. After all, we need to figure out... I told you, I'm fucking exhausted today. But we're doing it anyway. We need to figure out how to get into this cave first. Perhaps this might come in handy. Aha! Ah, that should get those water spouts to come down a bit. Oh, we have to... Oh! I see what we're doing here. We're doing the squirrel thing and the frog thing. Oh. I started here. And I hit that thing. And it blows it there. Okay. So we do this. And then we do this. Yeah, I got it. The door opened? Then come everyone, let us enter. Ribbit. Ribbit, I say ribbit. It's so chilly around here. Such a strange vibe. Paimon's just glad we haven't seen anything weird. We just got here. The door just opened. Wait a sec. What's that carved on the wall over there? It looks like a story? After setting up the trial herself, the princess awaited her guardian within the kingdom. I think I recall this story from the kingdom's records. In the legend, it is said that despite the passing of much time, still there came no sign of a guardian, and it seemed that the kingdom's resources would soon run dry. The princess, whose name was Koya? Kaya? Sioya? Therefore made a decision. She let the kingdom's people fall into a deep slumber and sealed off all its land except for the tower, where she alone remained to await the coming of the guardian. Sounds like the thing the frogs were trying to deal with. What became of this princess? The guardian that she awaited never came. In the end, she is said to have come to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs alone, then vanished from the world without a trace. It is true that this princess showed great courage, but I cannot say that I agree with her approach. As I see it, by deciding to simply wait there while her people slept in blissful ignorance, she consigned her kingdom to an unknown fate. Instead, she should have taken the initiative by calling upon her people to unite as one, seeking out the guardian together. If she had done this, even if all their efforts had turned out to be in vain, at least she would have known that she'd done all she could. It's just as the last line of the story says. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Your Highness, it hasn't come to that yet.
Yeah, come on, there's still hope. And who knows, there might be some important clues left for us to find.
Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away. Anyway, let's keep searching. Looking around, it seems like we haven't completed the trials in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs yet. We just got here! The door opened a minute ago! Being in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs feels completely different how Paimon imagined it. Stay on your guard, everyone. Let's proceed slowly. Of course, the dialogue that's too fucking fast to read isn't in the, like, show me dialogue history shit. Oh, there's so much stuff. Okay. Story things. Irritating thing is that it is both reasonable and obvious. Okay. A system for saying goodbye. It's so glaringly obvious. Something obvious is afoot, apparently. Anything else to read? No, guess not. Okay, down we go. We're at the edge of the world again. Lotus leaves and dewdrops? What the? Oh, that's right, that's an expression. Lotus leaves and dewdrops. What the? Why has this story been carved on the wall? What is it? Someone's carved a story here that goes, once upon a time there was a paper frog who wished he had a pair of wings. He prayed to the goddess who told him that if he could jump higher than all the other frogs, he would have his wings. Wait a sec. If he could already jump higher than all the other frogs, why would he need wings? Maybe it's just hyperbole. No, this champion's name is actually recorded in the committee's register. This paper frog, whose name was Sibrellus, once won the championship 7 times in a row. No frog was his equal. His symbol was a pair of wings. His symbol was a pair of wings made of lotus leaves, so they dubbed him Winged Sibrellus. 7 times in a row? Paimon heard you won the championship many times in a row too, Mr. Pharaoh-bear. Me? Yes, I've won it 7 times and Estampe 6. But I'd be no match for this champion. Back in those days, they had to figure it all out themselves without any experience to go on. If my generation of frogs have jumped higher than the others, it is merely by jumping up from the shoulders of giants. There he goes again, putting himself down as usual. So what happened to that champion? This I do not know. According to the committee's records, in the last jumping contest he ever took part in, Sibrellus came second. Second, so that means... Indeed it does. Given that he no longer felt up to the task of rescuing the princess, Sibrellus announced his retirement there and then. He told his friend that the jumping contest no longer held any meaning for him, and that unless he rediscovered its meaning someday, he would never again compete. From that day forth, not once was his name ever again mentioned in the records of Rainsong Pond. So, just like those princes and princesses, there was a point in time after which this champion simply vanished from the world. That's right. All in all, this story doesn't really seem like a promising omen. Hold on a minute. The last line of this story is also, stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Why does this line keep reappearing? We'd better complete the rest of the trials first. Yes, you're right. Let's focus on the puzzle before us. I wonder where it will lead us in the end. What's all this in here? Looks like this cave has no intention of just giving us the answers, but rather plans on testing us instead. The road to success is never straight, huh? Another trial. Let's do this. Thank you. Then let's go take a look at this final trial. Okay, so we have to use both the frog and the squirrel to do the challenge. Alright, so we're gonna want this probably turned on.
I see, I see. Raise the water spout. Okay. That should do it. I hope Princess Semeste will be able to fly somewhere to do something. What does this do again? Nothing, apparently. Alright. Here goes. And we did it. Looks like we make a great team, Mr. Champion and my honorable paladin. I'm just glad I didn't drag you all down. 5 primos! Huh? When do these candles light up? Weird.
Yay! That must mean we passed this trial, huh? That went pretty smoothly.
Who's the queen of trials now? That's right, this gal.
You're in such good shape! If only I was as talented as you are.
Aw, cute.
Huh? Did you hear that?
Oh, stories follow rules unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Once upon a time, there was a paper frog who wished he had a pair of wings. He prayed to the goddess who told him that if he could jump higher than all the other frogs, he would have his wings. Long ago, there was a princess who personally set up a trial in the kingdom. She waited and waited and waited. Oh, guardian, where art thou?
Eee! The paper stalking!
In this world, that's not really that weird. Another paper frog, just like me, another useless champion, squandered years, and a pair of worthless, withered wings. Wait, surely you can't be. I am an evaporated dewdrop, a pair of wings too weak for flight. The name Sibrellus is no longer one I am fit to bear. It is a great honor to meet you, your highness princess... I don't know how to say this. Soya? Sia? Sia? Kaya? I don't know! Sia. I'm going with Sia. It is an honor to meet you too, your highness. You, yet another stranger, another princess.
So, Paimon's guessing they're the champion and the princess mentioned in the story on the wall?
They just look like 2 manuscripts. It is an honor to meet you both. You have resided in this cave for a long time now, so you should know why we are here. Your highness, have you found the answer you were looking for? Where is the guardian we are looking for? Great champion, where is the princess that us paper frogs are supposed to save? You should go back. There are no answers here, only question after question. No river awaits and the lotus leaves do not exist for us. The pond has never seen victory's laurel nor a princess. Stories follow rules unfolding in cyclical patterns. Such a futile expectation. When will the cycle end? Keep waiting. Keep waiting. There are no answers here, only question after question. The pen that wrote these words has not alighted back upon the page, yet the ink of fate has long dried up. Neither the guardian nor the period that marks the end shall appear. Thus it has always been, until now. But each should follow its own course. This is destiny's inexplicable hope. When will the path ahead reveal itself?
What are they talking about? Paimon doesn't get it.
Whatever it is, it doesn't sound too promising.
Huh, but why?
No river awaits and the lotus leaves do not exist for us. That makes it sound like Rainsong Pond is already... Neither the guardian nor the period that marks the end shall appear. Anyway, we shouldn't jump to conclusions too soon. We haven't even completed the trial yet. Alright, giving up before the contest has even ended seems like bad etiquette indeed. Let's take care of the trials first. Let's say that every single scene.
Yeah, let's stay positive. Maybe there'll be a pleasant surprise. Maybe there will be a pleasant surprise waiting for us.
Yeah, okay. Try to complete the trial in the cave of eerie murmurs. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. So we want to move you up and down. Let's turn the fans on. I'm assuming I'm gonna need them all. Okay, so... So now everybody's in line here. Drop the water spout. Right. Okay. And then try the drum over here. Drop the water spout. Alright. Here goes. We go Noom. We go Noom. Okay, now we're here. And we come back up here. Ta-da! We did it. What happened? Oh.
Well, seems like we passed all the trials, right?
We've passed the trials, but nothing seems to have happened.
I brought the relic, but it hasn't reacted at all. Are we really meant to just keep waiting here? But what exactly are we waiting for? It's not like some kind of god's gonna suddenly swoop down and tell us what to do, is it?
What are we willing to do? What we are willing to do is wait. All we can do is wait. Meaning lies in waiting. The future lies unknown.
When did they appear? And insisting that we wait like that. What are we even waiting for?
Perhaps they do not know either, which is why they've been waiting all this time, so long that they turned into manuscripts. We are echoes with nowhere to return, existences that do not exist, unfinished chapters of blank paper, as are you. Together, let us go back to where we belong. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns. Each follows its own course.
Hey, you piles of rotten paper, why don't you just keep telling us to wait?
Your Highness, waiting will get us nowhere.
So that's it. I knew I wasn't in the wrong place. Your Highness, Princess Sia, I have my answer. To the rest of you, it is time for us to part ways. Thank you all for everything you have done. Now it is clear to me the answers lies not in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. When I first arrived, I was afraid I would have to pay a heavy price to find the way to save the kingdom here. In the end, the Cave of Eerie Murmurs holds nothing more than a pile of old manuscripts deceiving themselves by waiting. It is a great relief to know hope still lies elsewhere.
The future lies unknown. Meaning lies in waiting.
No, Your Highness. Meaning lies in the unknown. Waiting leads only to waiting. I most certainly will not save the kingdom by using such a method. If the guardian does not come, I will go in search of them. If I cannot find them in my kingdom, I will search the rest of the world instead. If they are not to be found in this world, then I shall keep searching beyond it. Even if my kingdom is destined to fall, I wish to witness its final moments when its ending is written.
Such blindness, such impetuosity, such frivolity, such ignorance, such superficiality, such impatience.
Say what you will, but as you yourselves just put it, stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. If your path lies here in endless waiting, then mine lies instead on the road ahead. Can I say something? If you were to deem it acceptable, I would like to go along with Your Highness too. Wow, somebody seems pretty motivated all of a sudden. After all, if I could help Your Highness find your guardian, then that could also be interpreted as saving the princess. I am the champion of Rainsong Pond. Even if I do it for Rainsong Pond, I must continue to fulfill my duty. If you are willing to help, then on behalf of the entire Kingdom of Breezes and Bells, I thank you. That is most all right. I will, of course, still have to ask the committee's opinion, especially Orelo and Estampe. As you know, I always seem to cause trouble.
We believe in you, our champion of champions.
Great! So what's the... Your Highness, the relic next to you, it's lighting up!
That was the final trial. Was ignoring the spooky pieces of paper and doing some shit about it. Oh my god. Oh, we're zooming. We are zooming. This is some Mario Galaxy shit. You started flying just like the how come the relic suddenly lit up. So that's what each should follow its own course meant. Her Highness seems to have figured something out that Paimon hasn't. It sounds to me like it's saying we first need to find a lotus leaf of our own, then drift along it downriver. But the owner of the relic has ever considered what would happen if we fell into the water en route. We just have to climb back out again and prove our courage by overcoming adversity just like you did in the past. Did I? Thank you for your kindness, Your Highness, but I believe all I proved was that I'm not made for competing. Her Highness, it's Her Highness! Hello! Look, Her Highness is flying along with a bunch of people and frogs. Do you think she's found the Guardian? Look, our relic is shining up ahead. Our Guardian is coming! That's wonderful news. We can finally fly around without having to worry. I wish I could enjoy this. There's like fucking dialogue. Hope lies ahead. Our future lies outside. Meaning lies beyond the end of the courage lies in dialogue, survival, and returning meaning and seeking. Hey, isn't that our champion? Hey, Pharaoh Bear! Pharaoh Bear is flying. He's incredible. Look over here, Mr. Champion. Give us a wave with your champion feet. Ah, this good fellow's blushing. Let's not embarrass him any longer. Bon voyage, Pharaoh Bear. Oh, so that's what happens. Fascinating. Stories follow rules unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each follow its own course. Good goddamn, I'm gonna be hearing that in my sleep. Farewell. May all of you find your own way forward. Farewell. Hello. Here we are. We did a fly. Oh, my leg. Is it still on the ground? I can barely feel it anymore. All 4 of your feet are still firmly on the ground, Mr. Champion, and they're in better condition than any of us are. Those princesses from the past, they seem to have left too. I hope they'll never return to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. Seems our trip to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs wasn't for nothing after all. With the relic lit up, there's hope for your Highness's kingdom again. That is indeed so. The fact that the relic is lit up means that it has found a guardian worthy of acknowledgement. It seems the guardian the relic was looking for was not a valiant warrior in the usual sense. A true guardian who is worthy of acknowledgement is one who will always follow their heart, someone who pushes forward relentlessly in spite of their fear. It turns out that this relic, which we've been treating like the problem, was actually the answer all along. Those manuscripts that were waiting in the cave. They've been waiting for their path to appear, waiting all this time. But waiting leads only to more waiting. No one can find the solution to a problem simply by searching within the problem itself. Like, you wouldn't be able to pick a leaf from a tree if you were standing on the leaf itself. Sounds complicated. Paimon's feeling dizzy now. Anyway, none of them were acknowledged by the relic as guardians. Your Highness and Mr. Pharaoh Bear were, though. So now the relic is lit up and we found our guardian. Doesn't that mean that the problem's solved, Your Highness? Well, you could say that. But I still haven't managed to figure out exactly why it lit up. Looks like Soborn and Sufash will be doing more research for me. Oh, and now that the guardian's been chosen, doesn't that mean that the relic's trial has lost its meaning too? It'd be a shame to tear it all down. No, I will keep the trial in place, but it will now be used to train guardians rather than choose them. If every flying squirrel were to become a guardian someday, then no matter what difficulties the kingdom of breezes and bells faced, we could overcome them together. Ha 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 ha! I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. Just a pity that the relic refused to light up sooner and that Soborn and Sufash stood in my way. Now that I've been acknowledged by the relic, I shall do whatever I wish. That's why you're the princess, Your Highness. No. No. Her Highness's title should now be Guardian Princess of the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells. So, Your Highness, would it be alright if I, took part in the training of your kingdom? But you're already the champion. You're really up for anything now, huh? No, didn't you hear that sound just now? That voice that was speaking?
This is a trial that you must face to serve Princess Celeste and fulfill your calling. Nope. It was the same as the voice of the manuscript that claimed to be Cebrellus in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. Surely the great champion himself doesn't actually believe that I can fulfill Rainsong Pond's calling? But Princess Celeste doesn't need me to save her. If anything, I'm the one who needs her help. So you told him you could do it? Huh? No, I didn't. Or rather, he had no intention of hearing my opinion anyway. But seeing as it's for the calling of Rainsong Pond, what choice do I have? You're saying you would like to undergo the trial? Then of course you're welcome to. I couldn't be more delighted to hear that the champion of Rainsong Pond is willing to serve in my kingdom. Besides, I had plans to travel far away in the future, and I was actually just about to invite you to come along with me. After all, there are bound to be places in this world where the wind doesn't blow. When that time comes, we'll have to rely on those champion legs of yours. Really? Then I'll try my best not to make any mistakes, though I've never tried jumping with anyone riding on my back before. Then you'll have to train hard from now on. And to the two of you, thanks for all the help you've given me and my kingdom. Though there are still so many mysteries yet to be solved, why did we need to find a guardian, and why would a kingdom fall into decay by itself? And why would Rainsong Pond have such a calling? But at least the kingdom has been saved, so now I have more time to contemplate these questions. Traveler, don't you think that those manuscripts in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs seem to be related to a story we heard before? That legend that Nilu told us about, the goddess of fate, whose ink to compose her stories. Do you know something about all this? Well, it's long and complicated. Well, actually, it's not that long or complicated a story. You tell Princess Celeste and Farabere about the story of Goddess of Fate. So basically, everything we've been to is a story written by the Goddess of Fate. Alright, now we've really become characters in a story. But seeing as that goddess wrote us in, why didn't she give us an ending? First those poor souls in the cave, and now us! We've all been through so much. So that must mean it was also the Goddess of Fate who came up with that line. Stories and cyclical patterns, and goddammit, I need some time to think about these matters more deeply. My loyal paladin, please take these gifts as a token of my gratitude. They were the only treasures I brought with me. If you have time, please come back to visit the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells again. I believe that you may have some questions for me. But first I must rest well and think hard. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you for the luxurious chests. I appreciate your gifts. Very much so. I don't even need these, but I'm grabbing them anyway. Okay, Kilala? Should we go do Kilala's thing? Yes, let's go do Kilala's thing. Hopefully it's voiced, because my voice is fucking giving out. Hi, Kilala!
So, are you all set?
Yes!
Ready to start investigating?
It's voiced. Bless. We're all good! Let's do it!
Then let's go!
Woo!
I've delivered packages all over, but I've never seen a mysterious fairy tale world like this before. Looks like nobody has gotten around to repairing this house yet. Ugh, even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there. It might suddenly collapse in on you.
Oh, a chest. Hello. Come back to that.
Nothing to see here either. Maybe we can find someone to ask? Aha! Over there! I bet we'll find some people there. Let's go take a look.
Where? Don't let me forget to come back for that chest. I need them goodies.
Uh-huh. I was sure there'd be people here.
There once was a goddess who ruled over fate. Before she died, she left 3 riddles for the kingdom she had created.
What? Who said that?
Long story short, on this day, a sentient feline, an outlander, and a diminutive pixie arrived on the scene.
Hello?
They saw a narrow path off to the side.
Okay, but which side?
Yeah, if you gave ambiguous instructions like that to a Comania Express courier, they'd give you the parcel right back and tell you to write the delivery address more clearly.
Despite how obvious the answer was, the perplexed pixie and the flummoxed feline struggled to work it out.
Stranger than fiction.
Although, perhaps a small part of the blame could be attributed to my dull narration. All right, let's try this again. The path on the left-hand side seemed to give off an enticing fragrance, as if to say, this is the way to wealth and glory.
Ooh, that sounds like the start of a good story. Then what? Then what?
I thought that scene would be longer.
At the end of the path, the motley crew would soon spot a secret stone room. A prophecy had once foretold of a marquis who shall one day venture inside, and thus it is named the future marquis's abode to be. You like it? The future marquis's abode to be? Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
That was a little bit boastful.
But before you continue, I must warn you of the danger that lies ahead. For example, under no circumstances should you sit on the chair in the center. Otherwise, the consequences could be a bit embarrassing.
Where? Did I, like, go the wrong way? Under no circumstances should you sit in the chair in the center. Alright, am I stupid? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. I don't want the narrator to make fun of me. I have a bad feeling the narrator's gonna make fun of me. Because this isn't really a path, it's just steps up to a house. Where's this chair on which I am not supposed to sit? Hello. Flares! Ah! I don't want to deal with that. Oh, I guess I can just go for the chest now, though.
Hey there! Hiya!
Hopefully I'll stumble into what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, the quest didn't do the... Okay, there we go. Hello.
Well, with Rock. Got here, please! Watch out!
Hiya! Hey there!
Stuff! Give me the
What a
stuff!
stroke of good luck!
Alright, there we go. Yeah, for some reason the quest didn't, like, you know, navigate. Eh? A thing? A nani? Okay, focus. I can come back and explore this later. Focus. Oh. We going down. Interesting. Alright. Oh, there was something about a chair.
The weary foes falter in their quest.
What?
For home they long, for friend and kin they yearn.
Why did it
These
skip a
thoughts in
line?
mind, they pause and seem it best to cease this foolish errand and
What the fuck?
They're back. Seems our Outlanders pine for the desktop documents after
Huh?
all.
What the fuck? Why is it skipping lines? Bro! And there's no history for these ones that aren't in cutscenes. That's so annoying! Okay. Oh, you didn't want me to sit in the chair in the middle because
As golden sunlight fills the firmament, the tabletop engrosses your attent. Perhaps perchance peruse these pages thence. They surely represent no ill intent.
Who are these characters all of us? I want to sit in the chair.
Why isn't she reading the files on the desk? Hey, Bobarano,
Stop the poem. We have a situation. Something's up with this person.
Traveler? Are you alright?
Turns out, there's glue. You try to stand up, but the glue is holding you firmly in place. I needed to know what would happen.
Come on, you can do it! This can't be how our story ends!
Try to stand up. You manage to partially unstick yourself. The issue isn't that you can't break free, it's more that you don't want to tear your clothes in the process. They mean a lot to you.
Can I give you a hand or a tail, even?
Keep trying to stand up. This is so dumb. You finally free yourself and stand up. Clothes intact. That's it. That's all it was. Okay. In the name of the elders of our 3 tribes, we hereby form this pact that from this day forth our peoples shall harm one another no more. No more shall we drip glue in each other's breakfasts, not strike each other's heads with pickaxes, nor secretly drink growth serum that does not belong to us. We acknowledge the truth that has been determined by the great clockwork key, and we shall see the family of truth as supreme. 3 witnesses to history within the future Marquise's abode to be, quietly awaiting the Marquis of Caraba. Marquis to... That's a real... That's a thing, isn't it? The Marquis de Caraba? Am I... Isn't that a thing? Who is foretold and will pluck up the great clockwork key. Let this esteemed one guide us, revealing 1 truth and 2 fictions. Of course, it is if the highest house has not been selected, then we may yet contend in private within permissible limits. But no more glue. It does far too much harm and is utterly inhumane. Okay. Hold on. I need to... I need to Google this.
Captivated by the epic poetry
Jesus.
and enthralled by the outstanding storytelling, the Outlanders knew what their next objective was. Namely, to remove the clockwork key from the raised platform up ahead.
Cabe, I just realized you said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's one standard for us and another for you. That's not fair, Cape.
It's a character in Puss in Boots.
Perhaps the Outlanders are worried that something drastic will happen the moment they remove it. Maybe that's why they're investigating the area thoroughly first. Can't fault them for that.
With wood and earthenware strewn all around, the demon feline's fury can't be quelled, reducing them to rubble on the ground.
No, you don't. I wrote that line. Don't start plagiarizing me just because you can't take a bit of criticism.
This is really funny.
Look, let's not put form over content here. It's not about the rhymes.
As the Outlander stands before the clockwork key,
I would like to enjoy the dialogue, but it's not fucking letting me.
Also, strong as stone, firm as steel,
Yawn.
the Outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different. A thought enters the Outlander's mind. Attack! Attack! First weaken the structure, then seize the treasure.
The attack now over. Only one final step remains.
Now it is the time to seize the key.
Got him.
But alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch.
Wait, what? They got it out? Yes! Finally! Come on, move your butts and your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
Woohoo!
No hard feelings about your lack of poetic contributions?
Oh, let it go!
This is so silly. Hi guys, what's up?
Ah! Welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
We represent the 3 great clans of this realm, having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cape, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Aren't we missing someone, though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Who?
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship, destined to uncover the truth of the past. Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
Him.
Well, there's no fourth person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it.
We've never heard that voice before, but he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children.
Well, whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care. Forget about it. We have far more important things to focus on. Like, where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our 3 clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Of course there is.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old. And unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old...
I like these 3.
He means a dragon that would be really, really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
Not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it.
Yay!
Honestly, I don't care that much. Cape's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble Outlander.
Call me Chub.
Noble Traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your talking Puss in Boots and the pale floating pixie.
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than demon feline, but still...
Embrace it, my friend, embrace it. Most cats don't wear boots or speak, do they?
I'm not even a cat, I'm a Nekomata. Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial
Anyway, moving on.
It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done once we are there.
Kilala is very unhappy about the racism.
This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old. After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission, and it fled. They took turns, though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift.
So they worked shifts while the poor dragon had to work around the clock?
So they say. It's just a legend, though.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. That's the truth.
He's my favorite one.
And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cape's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Cape was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site. Unwanted company had arrived. The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
So silly. Ah! So this is what would happen if I actually built Hero.
True display of heroism and valor. It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting through you.
Here's a thought. Could be wrong.
Oh man, I
Your
did it too
martial
fast.
prowess and show of courage are a more vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic. Now, let's get down to business. As we all know, time is but an illusion.
Indeed.
Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
Sure, sure.
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Well, actually, my view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of consciousness. Gears power the body, while the body is the vessel of the conscious mind. But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an endless continuum of moments as the pinion of now turns along the rack of ages.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
Man's
A teacher once
philosophical
asked
and shit.
Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard. The teacher then turned to Cape and posed the same question. He replied, Boberano.
The manuscript
It's
that
so
tells
mean.
the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation,
This
the work
event
of the
is so
great
full of
mage
fucking
themselves.
references.
It can be found at the beginning of the gear rack, and on the very first page of the book.
Paimon didn't follow all that.
Of course
but
you didn't.
Basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, the goddess of creation took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magic arrays. So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magic arrays back to their original configurations.
Nothing could
Hold
possibly
on.
go wrong.
Isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magic arrays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly.
Okay. Sure. It's like a Z, like a backwards Z, or maybe a fucking what the fuck is it called? What's hourglass?
To address your other concern, when the house has already been
Jesus.
built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveler Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
I kind of want to mess with them, but I also want to just finish the story. Recall how you once loosened the key. Now wind it up using the same method. Simply put, give it a good whack or two. Why is it showing me that hint thing? That's weird. Doopity-doo. Okay. And now...
I guess we should start here?
Comme ça. And then it was like, Viat. And then it was like, Viat. Got him.
Behold, The sacred writings that record the truth of... No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather round and let us bear witness.
Brave Francois mounted the haystack, picked up a fork, and planted it tines down atop the mountain of grass. Behind him was a large, bright moon. He shouted out the names of everyone in the village. The village chief was the first to be named, and so frightened was he that he wished to climb up the haystack and stop Francois's mouth. Are you crazy? You're yelling so loudly the dragon might show up, you good-for-nothing. Oh, that's a different person talking. You good-for-nothing. Have you not seen how the windmill everyone built has been destroyed by the dragon? And here you are worrying if it'll return? Francois really would have loved to kick him off the haystack, but held back, given that the chief, too, was worried for the villagers' safety. Francois saw that nigh all the villagers had arrived, and so he cleared his throat. Dear neighbors and kin, do you think you still that we must endure this? No, of course not, but we cannot do anything about the dragon, said the grocer. Who says so? Did I not leap onto its neck from the windmill blade, stepping on it twice, and did it not fall down and flee? Perhaps everyone worked so hard to build the mill that was destroyed, everyone's emotions became inflamed. Lifting their fists, they decided to take down the dragon. But Francois lifted his own hands and calmed the crowd. Let us go home for today, everyone. Everyone's present. Lack of self-preservation is not bravery, but rather wrath. If we yet desire to face danger after calming ourselves, only then may we truthfully call our sentiment valor. So everyone went home. The next day, there were still many youngsters who wished to follow Francois to take on the wicked dragon. Who would have known that the valiant possessed the protection of the goddess's radiant charter? Encountering true valor, the dragon could neither spout fire nor slash with its claws, and was forced to allow the other party to call pauses and switch personnel. And so, after several days and nights of fierce fighting, the wicked dragon could no longer bear it and chose to surrender. AA.
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So, all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Albizzi. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That might be the most bogus logic I've ever heard. But keep up the mental gymnastics, Boberano. I've been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
And yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth. The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here. Well, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
We'll need the key again, right? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yoink!
Yoink. What is this marking for? There's something to do with a, what do you call it? You know, the fucking paper airplane things. Oh! Hello! Collect hydroparticles. But where are they? Am I supposed to... They're not in the air, no. Okay. Oh, that was it? Really? Okay. Easy. Cool. Easy pasqueezy! Let's go to the sacred site of the Boberano clan. Boberano. Hey guys. Should I teleport? I guess I'll teleport. Fine. No, this one's closer. guys. Hopscotch? Are we gonna play hopscotch? Wow! Vegetables! Cool.
The party finds no pedestal in which to place
chest.
the great clockwork
Several
key.
chests.
Only a locked door.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Oh, let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Ah,
Damn.
shut up, Cafe.
Shut up, Cafe.
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Bo Burano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
Of course he doesn't.
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers. But worry not. I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
How convenient. There is no response from the door and nothing unusual about it. Knock on the door.
Question 1. Who is it?
The Traveler Marquis and her retinue?
The great yokai, Nekomata in boots.
And the trusty travel guide, Pixie. Travel guide. Trusty travel guide.
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
Huh. Wisdom? Wealth? Right? I wasn't paying attention. Review! Okay. We outwitted the dragon and stole its treasure. Well, so it's wisdom, right?
If this is the right answer, I swear, I'll...
According to this clan, the answer is wisdom, right?
Correct.
Because they outwitted the dragon.
A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
What? Perhaps both are equally real.
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? And that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel? There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
All correct. You may have the key pedestal.
Great! Thanks for the existential crisis, also. The door opens and a puff of smoke wafts
Traveler
out
Marquis,
and the pedestal appears.
You know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key.
You got it,
And
Bomarello.
this is my family crest.
It looks like a question mark. Ding ding. Well, it's a key. But yeah, alright. It's a key and a question mark. Smack it! Smack it, smack it, smack it! Bam, bam, bam! Okay. What's the orientation here?
Do we really need this one?
Okay, I see. Thanks, Kilala. I'm making a question marquee, 'cause I'm the marquee. Doing the keys. Hell yeah. Shazam.
I'll keep this.
Now, let me see
I'll keep
what...
this
what elaborate fiction the clan of
Dude,
wisdom was able
Cape!
to conjure up.
I said you were my
If
favorite, but
anyone's
you're making me
listening,
change my
I
mind.
would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Cape.
Okay. Wise Antonio in the basement of the crumbling house began reading the ancient book he had found. His oil lamp shook from time to time as the swaying structure above ground collapsed. The village was to be symbolically raised by the dragon, and he had been chosen by the dragon, for he had not returned home. But Antonio did not care. He only wished to study the book the old lady had given him on the bridge he passed today. This book was titled The Radiant Charter, and within was recorded the rules that every being in Simulanka must follow. It was written in the language of the world's creation at the very start, and if Antonio was not possessed of extraordinary wisdom and deciphered this primordial text, there would have been no study to be had. This book recorded no solutions as to resolving the difficulty that the constellation satellite presently faced, nor did it contain any hexes that could aid Antonio in repairing his own home. But he knew that wisdom was the mightiest thing in the world. That morning light shone through the ruins of his home, and the neighboring blacksmith and chubby chief took great pains to get rid of the house's wreckage, which blocked the basement hatch. With dark circles about his eyes, Antonio said to the chubby chief, "I shall defeat the dragon. I will return soon." "Are you sure you're all right? You don't look like you got any sleep. Just smoke from the oil lamp. Don't worry about it." The dragon sat atop a mountain of treasures, gazing down at insignificant little Antonio, walking closer. Flames gathered in his throat, preparing to burn the area 1 centimeter before him, all the better to scare this puny, foolish creature away. "Halt! I am a qualified second-class Meister! The Radiant Charter states that should I refuse a duel, you cannot use force." This restriction did indeed exist, and so the wicked dragon swallowed its flames whole. Ah, how it dreaded going to the toilet tomorrow. Antonio, for his part, had not expected that his second-class, rust-clearing Meister qualification exam he had taken on a lark would come in useful, and since I am a second-class Meister, I propose a duel of riddles you cannot refuse. Now, Simulanka had such a law, mainly for the benefit of sphinxes, old sages, and princesses who wished to make life hard for others. The evil dragon had not expected this rule to catch up with it. I shall ask the first question. My house sold for 8,000 mora yesterday, but I thought there was room to raise the price, so I bought it back for 9,000, planning to sell it for 10,000. How much mora did I lose in the end? The dragon laughed in contempt. "What's so hard about that? You could have waited until it hit 10,000 to make your move, but you sold for 8 and bought for 9, so you lost 1,000 mora that you could have earned instead." "Wrong. You burned my house down yesterday and I couldn't sell it in time, so I've lost far more." Sorry. I mean, I do have to burn a house, and you happen to not be home, so I might as well hit the one that doesn't result in any loss of life. Now that you've lost this contest, I have the right to loot of the same value as your life, minus 1 mora. And considering that you've burned my house, I can seek damages. Let's assume that my house is worth just 1 mora. Well then, wicked dragon, you know what to do with yourself. Please spare me, I'll give you anything. Your words, not mine, Antonio said as he pulled out a contract he had written long ago. Thus Antonio used his wisdom to take all the evil dragon's treasures. The dragon, devastated, would never again return to attack Constellation Satellite where Antonio lived. Many years later, a child asked Antonio, "You sold your place for 8,000 and spent 9,000 buying it back. So it looks like you actually did lose 1,000 mora?" A.
Look! My clan's history is true as well! Ah, there's that same unforgeable signature
ridiculous.
again, right here!
What? Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my
pretty
clan's
sure all of
wisdom
these
is such a
things
subject of
happen.
ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence, which I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large, and make a prediction. It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Boberano? How can that be?
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
Oh,
And then
don't
these three
mind
are
Fox
just like,
Lady. That's
"Who?
just her way of teasing you.
Actually,
What are
that
these
reminds
words?
me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
Cool. Well, once you've plundered the last of Bobarano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Plunder! Let's
Guess
plunder.
I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
Yoink.
This close.
So much treasure. Yeah. Yeah. Treasure. Ah! Freaking ceilings. Freaking hell. You have a leaf on your face, my friend. Taking a nap? That's cool. Respect. Just checking. The castle? Are we climbing up the castle? What are we doing here? I mean, okay, sure. Hit. Hello? Oh. Oh! I'm following a path. I see. So many giant guards. Wait, where? What are you looking at? Okay, then. Unrelated. Hello. You have
the
spawned.
cohort of truth seekers followed Albizzi to his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant guard towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappei's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappei's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is growth serum.
What's empathetic about that?
What the fuck?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then, they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize.
Sure.
The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So, I advise we take a detour.
Amazing.
Despite Albizzi's words
So
of caution,
steroids.
somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves, if we could just try to understand one another. You could, of course, just take the path to your left and go around. But some people are gluttons for punishment. It's all part of the experience, I suppose.
Yep.
Everyone, I have returned. I come with the long-awaited Marquis and their followers to search for the lost origins of our clan.
Well, we weren't told anything about that this morning. Get out of here. Leave us alone.
The giant guard scoop you all up and throws you outside. No one is able to fight back. Okay, fine. I'll go around.
You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship quickly soured. If you're just looking for a way in, why not consider taking the path on your left?
I want to know what happens if you do it again. I'm gonna be a little shit about this. I want to know what happens if we do it again.
Everyone, I have returned.
No, it's the same.
I come with the long-awaited...
Well, we weren't told anything.
Okay, fine. Fine. I've been playing too much Star Rail. Sometimes you interact with the same thing multiple times and different stuff happens.
You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship quickly soured. If you're...
Why is my own clan treating me like a villain?
You've been away too long. We all have. Feels like we've been waiting forever.
Got him. Look at all these boxes.
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging?
I feel called out.
We'll never find the Oracle pillars in all this mess.
Never
with
mind
a pile
that.
of
We have a more
boxes of shit I
pressing
bought
issue.
recently in case
It
I needed
seems
to
there's a
return
slight
it.
problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
I usually throw the box away eventually. I just hang on to it for a few weeks. Oh, it's like dirty. Okay, I see what we need to do. It probably starts in the center. So it's like an open diamond shape.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't ya? Except empathy.
Over here! I found it! Yes! Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard.
So I can't smash them all because I really want to.
I'll go keep watch.
Smash. Smash! Smash! There is no consequence to this, apparently. Oh, I needed to smash anyway.
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
No. Okay, we're making an open diamond. Okay, oh, and we're starting from here. Okay. Thumbs up. Wait, but that's wrong. I guess it doesn't matter which direction it's going? Huh.
Apparently that was incorrect. But don't blame yourself, it's Albizi's clan's fault for taking terrible care of their family crest. How could they let something so important get so dirty?
If I hit it again, what happens? How do I reset this? Accidentally linked the wrong ones, just hit the Oracle pillar and you can start over. Okay. Alright, wait a minute. Open it to view hints. Open... What? But it... Oh, okay. Okay. So... But it's an open shape and it's starting me out like... Alright, okay, so let's say that this one is the bottom of the diamond. So we go up to the right first from here as the bottom. So it's oriented weird. So like that. That's exactly what I did already. This is the bottom of the diamond.
Apparently that was incorrect. But
I haven't
don't
finished
blame
it
yourself,
yet.
It's Albizi's clan's fault for taking
But up and to the
terrible
left.
care of their family crest. How could they let something so important get so dirty?
This. And then like this. And then like this. Do it! And then like this. There we go. I figured it out eventually.
This is the last one.
Is this? This is the last one. Shut up! Galileo and Alberto did many good deeds again today, though it was most tiring to help the old lady on the bridge move her barrels of hard apple cider. They each got a small barrel as their reward. The moonlight was unobstructed and beautiful, and the two good friends climbed up the high wall that had been built to stave the evil dragon off. Alberto lost the rock-paper-scissors match, so he had to hold the barrel of cider under the crook of his arm as they climbed the ladder. Look, this is the big house that our chubby chief was so proud of. Doesn't look so big from here, does it? said Alberto as he looked at the house. You're wrong. That's my home, said Galileo. The chief's house is that one. Alberto's night vision was not all that good, and moonlight could never compare to daylight. Uh-huh. Same. If one were to close one's eyes, the lights could not be seen at all. He tried a little harder, but could discern nothing more. But it's also really small, Galileo continued. So there's nothing wrong with your statement. Galileo and Alberto were both rather perceptive people. Galileo's reply covered for Alberto's discomfort regarding his poor vision, while Alberto also lost the rock-paper-scissors match on purpose so that he could carry the cider barrel because of the gears under Galileo's ribs were injured. Here's to you. The two friends raised a toast once Alberto stuffed a cork back into the barrel. The next day, the two gathered everyone in the village plaza. First, they apologized for the collapse of the anti-dragon wall and told all the people that they were preparing to have a talk with the evil dragon. I know it was a lot of work for everyone to fix that wall, but we're not that fussed about it anyway, the chubby chief said. But are you sure you're not bragging when you say you knocked it down yourselves? Of course that was not the chief's point. He was too good a person. He too was a good person. He continued, although, also, oh my god, it's too dangerous to seek the dragon out. Don't worry about us. And so the two best friends in the whole world departed. Okay, something about that's very funny. The evil dragon trembled before Alberto and Galileo. For some reason, the old lady's liquor could make people grow very, very large. That was how they accidentally squashed the high walls the previous night. As they gazed down at the ground far below, they more or less understood how the dragon thought. No wonder it could accidentally destroy the village at its feet. So long as they could get the dragon to notice people, they could surely come to an understanding. The two friends thus drank all the remaining magic cider, becoming even larger than the dragon by a good margin. Reeking of alcohol, they sandwiched the dragon between them and drunkenly tried reasoning with it. The dragon shriveled up in terror, and all of its majesty and fell aura forever gone indeed. It even looked kind of pitiful. Alberto attempted to pick dirt off the scales on the dragon's back, but wound up picking off an entire scale. The dragon sought to flee, but Galileo, fearing that the crisis might persist for 10,000 years more if the misunderstanding was not cleared up, tugged its tail and dragged it right back. To be honest, we've always lived under your feet, but we are far too small, so you may not have ever seen us. Now we've transformed and become big, Galileo said. So now, surely you must know that we dwell at your feet. The dragon nodded repeatedly, and thus did the two and the dragon chat all night, and believing the goal of the mutual understanding achieved, the two set off along the road home. The
signature. So it's true. Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole, too.
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it.
Jesus!
I lost interest.
88?
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boborano kind of already explained it away earlier. So Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular. The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
Okay.
The bell.
Oh, shit.
It rang once. What does that mean again? Ah, yes. Highest level of emergency.
Oh, no.
Everyone to the main entrance. Stat. Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates.
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Here we go.
Off we go. We zoom in.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is 1 ring the highest level of emergency?
They're outside. After them.
Oh shit. Time to run. Good luck getting past all of your own glue traps, my friends. Ha ha ha. I'm literally just walking. I'm not gonna turn the camera around, but... Oh shit, they're catching up! They're catching up! Oh god! I thought this was gonna be impossible to fail. Whee! Ha ha ha! You'll never catch me alive, coppers! Ha 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 ha! Got him.
We made it out. Don't know if we'll still be needing this clockwork key, but I yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and somehow they're all still true. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka could make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past. But now we have the truth. So we just have to accept it. As surely as we will follow the clockwork path designed for us, so is this the course that history has taken. It is clear and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending?
Damn.
Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day. Time to take a break.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
Burbs! Alright. Wait until after 8 a.m. the next day. This sounds like a great time to BRB, so I'm gonna do that. Alright. Let's go do the thing. Where are we going? Wait until after 8 a.m. the next day. Roger Dodger. Eight a.m. Boop. Tra-la-la.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller, before she was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding. The voice in her head grew louder. Must go to Pendulum Lane.
Okay. I like this narrator telling me what to do.
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Oh snap. We got barriers.
Oh my god, this is terrible! I don't understand. The 3 great clans of Constellation Metropole have finally made peace with each other. Who could have done this?
What happened? Oh no, someone's lying on the ground. Cappe!
Oh shit!
How did this happen?
Cappe, you idiot! Wake up! You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me!
Last words? What did he say?
Detective looking dude.
If I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano.
And then Boberano said, I admit it, it was me.
Did not remember it.
I'm sorry, Boberano, but this is an interrogation. I have to give the detective straight answers.
Don't worry, Boberano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had contact with him?
Is this the narrator? This is the narrator.
My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? Oh, it's a real tragedy. I'm afraid he'll be out cold for another hour and a half, at least. Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So, Cape's not dead?
His gears, metal frame and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cape isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No, there's a need. Huge need.
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official clockwork pedestal, the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere. Excuse me.
There's a cat. The headset beeped. I don't know what's going on.
Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
Where?
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
Oh, no. My mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
Ah, so it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
Alright, I don't know why my headset beeped, but the mic input still works and the battery level is good, so I don't know what that was about. That's weird. Anyway, let's carry on. Did he just drop to the floor?
The crime scene's too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
He waved. Here comes Bobarono. He jumped. He jumped. He shake his head. They turn away. And he just falls on his face. That's it. And the detective shows up. And here we are.
Well, that clears it up. Cape was walking along the street, then he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
What? So case closed? Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more first?
Well, we literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature. Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cape was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against a toilet bowl before leaving the house. Then walked here in a daze before finally
toilet bowl
passing
of all
out.
things.
As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict. Only then would the city feel alive again.
Not you. Him.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
You calling these
Traveler,
people stupid?
Something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural. Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene?
Maybe
Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna head to Cape's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
Yeah, sure. Where did my spear go?
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by any chance? Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky. Yeah.
Wow. Great job, buddy. Probably above. More above? What am I meant to be looking for in this circle? Alright, we'll come back to this. Oh wow. A spear. Oh, I probably shouldn't give it back to him. It's
There's
evidence
a spear
now.
here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
Okay. This is probably not where I'm meant to be. Probably. Shop owner. What did you see,
you're,
buddy?
You're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Ah, well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Oh, really?
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the titanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization. Even cats can do it.
I'm not.
Oh, poor
Never
Kilala.
mind. I give up.
Welcome to Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing.
Interesting.
Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh. Is it just me, Traveler, or does it seem kinda suspicious?
It sure does, especially since he said that really specific thing about how if you hit something, it wouldn't leave a mark. That sure is weird. Hello?
Come here.
Okay.
Whatever it is you were looking to buy, please do come back tomorrow. It's just, I have to close early today. A bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone's stolen it with the intention of harming others, the consequences could be disastrous. There's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta close the shop while I do an inventory count. If it turns out I'm wrong and I miscounted, I could be charged with filing a false report and disturbing the peace.
Damn. You didn't double check before filing a police report?
There's
the
a
bottle.
strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it.
Let's take it. Alright. Looks like I gotta go up. Maybe. Possibly. Up on that, like, kind of path, maybe? Or are we looking at the, like, cutty things above my head? This area, it seems to... Okay, it passed right over it. So above that, even? I'm probably way overthinking this. But let's give it a shot. Okay. No. This is the highest I can go in this spot. So is it something on the ground level? There's nothing to investigate here, though. What am I looking at? What am I looking at here? Oh, shit. The pickaxe. Okay. Yes, Detective Kilala.
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the assault. Which one do you think it is?
The pickaxe, probably. Or all three are the truth.
If it was the pickaxe, Cappy sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
Actually, you're wrong there, Paimon. The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not to damage titanium, so it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough, and it wouldn't leave a scratch. Let's take this back to the crime scene and replay it one more time.
Ah, you're back. How was the toilet at Cape's house?
Toilet? What about it? Oh
yeah.
That
lie I
forget
told.
that.
What's this about? What are you trying to say?
We thought the way Cape fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicious items and found this. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it, we were gonna replay it again. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to turn off the clockwork switch in my kitchen. Yeah, I think I'll just,
Oh, no, you stay right there.
Oh, he's the one who attacked him. Oh, yeah. The narrator wanted more story.
We should be good now.
Yep. There it is. I went back too far, I think. Let's just sit here and watch this play out. I have literally made popcorn. Yeet. How did he boomerang it like that? What the fuck? But then how did the pickaxe leave the scene? Somebody would have had to move it outside of the scene.
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job of covering my tracks, didn't exactly have your work cut out for you. So, all I can say is... Catch me if you can!
Oh, shit. However, am I going to catch up with this small wooden toy?
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
What? She can run up walls? Ah! Can she always do that?
The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath.
I didn't want to wait for it to recharge. Yeah.
Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down.
I'm gonna get you.
By this point, the Necromata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold level courier of the Komania Express!
That's why there's obstacles here.
A characteristically catty response from the Necromata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
You're not really doing anything to help yourself beat the cat accusations, or allegations, or whatever that word is.
You fell into my trap. Oh, and by the way, remember the glue you got stuck on when you first entered the future Marquis's abode to be? That was also me. I did it using my powers.
So silly.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but I... Wait,
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. Began his long climb up the tall wall.
You call that a tall wall? In Urgent Neko parcel mode, I'll scale it in...
Beat.
I had no idea she could do that. That seems very useful. Can she always do that?
You've got nowhere left to run.
All right. I confess.
That was fast.
I mean...
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not. Time to come clean. I am the narrator.
No shit.
The one who's been guiding you all this time.
Gasp! Shock! My mind is blown.
You're overdoing it a little bit there. Anyway, I only did what I did because...
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation. And I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale written by the goddess of fate. I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read, but I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the goddess of fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best. Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one. The goddess of fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Who'd have thought? Well, what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the 3 great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further. But as it turned out, they just accepted it and carried on living the same old lives. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value. And I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here, are we real?
Aww.
That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day.
Half a day?
Also, pass this message on to Cape Boberano and Albizzi, if you could. The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the 3 clans. If the 3 of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh, my poor child.
Hello?
There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you? Your voice acting's actually pretty good.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be, and by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story, and there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
What the fuck?
Necromora!
Just your echo?
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
There you go. Does that answer your question? You lead the surrendered detective back to cafe. Oh god, words. So we need a shot of the crime scene for evidence, a mugshot of the suspect for the records, and a photo of the heroes for posterity. The guard mulled it over. 3 photos is overkill. Let's just get one big group photo at the crime scene. Suspect, try and look more serious. Heroes, more natural, please. Happy smiles, but no smiling from the victim or their friends and family. Thank you. No, don't get up. Stay on the ground. We need to capture the crime scene as is. 3, 2, 1, say cheese! Yeah! So silly. Weirdest photo experience of my life.
My head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
You tell the three about the rest of what happened, and that they could have removed the great clockwork key if they just worked together.
Does he really think we didn't try that? 'Cause we did, after 6 months in that place.
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
You... Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you
cat?
said you heard the voice
What?
of the goddess of fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective, just to annoy him. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cape and Albizzi, weren't real, oh, I'd be devastated.
Oh. Yay. Wait until 2 days later. Okay. Let's wait until 2 days later. There's always gotta be an epilogue, right? Tra-la-la-la-la. So what are you up to today? Alright. Go to the future Marquis's abode to be and return the great clockwork key. Okay. I'm gonna teleport. We don't need to go here on foot. I pretty much found everything there is to find. Yeah. Hey. Stuff. Da-da-da. more narrator, huh? Hi, guys. Well, if it isn't voiced anymore, what the fuck? Well, if it isn't the Marquis de Carabas, along with her cat and little fairy. I think we should probably stop this now. Surely it's time the Traveler and I drop these roles. In theory, it should all be over now, but I remember hearing that the point of the— Why isn't this voiced? The whole quest was voiced! That the point of the ceremony was to help people transition from one mental state to another. To bid farewell to the title of Marquis de Carabas once and for all, you can bring things to a close with a touch of formality. As the Nekomata bids farewell to her boots, through the reflections we are— What? As the Nekomata bids farewell to her boots, through the reflection are we wiser to the nature of the truth. Okay. The key doesn't budge an inch. That's it? It's over? Okay. That was rather anticlimactic, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. That's it? That's it! Okay, let's go see what, Kale was talking about, I guess. Well, hold on. Let's see. After you have obtained a certain number of excerpts of bliss, you can unlock the Joyous Letter gadget. The letter can search for all the excerpts in Simulanka. Use it well, more easily, obtain every excerpt. Okay. But doesn't this mean that I have them all? Wow, there's so many, like, move that neck! Alright. I do think I got them all. But let's see. This is the same fucking gadget that I had before, isn't it? Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh, okay. It's not on a radius. It's all— Oh! I don't have them all. I do not, in fact, have them all. Wow. I have some exploring to do, apparently. But I will probably do that on my own time. Let's go see what this is about.
Exterminate!
Whoops! Sorry! 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 Ah. Fantastic. It's right next to a waypoint. I love that for me. Damn it. Not voiced.
Oh, right! Didn't Kale say Sumeru City has been pretty lively lately? Aren't you even a little curious?
Sounds fun to me.
Right? Paimon agrees! Then let's go see what's going on. For our first stop, maybe start with the Academia?
Which is where we're standing.
That's where all the info is, after all.
I didn't think it would take that long to get in there without running. I don't know why I didn't run. Hi, Farzan. What's up? ...
Look, that's Farzan over there. Do you think we should ask? Humph! Even just glancing at the borrowing records gives me flashbacks to how awful that book was. How irritating. Farzan, what are you doing talking to yourself over here? I am Madame Farzan, after all. It's not out of place for me to mull things over out loud. wouldn't you say? But in this case... never mind. Forget about it. Why'd the two of you suddenly decide to drop by? Well, about that. We heard something about a party and didn't want to miss out. Kali told us that Sumeru is the place to be now. Apparently tons of interesting things are happening, so we thought we'd ask around. Any idea what she was talking about? Interesting things? What might Kali be finding interesting? Tainari's tail getting so fluffed up like a ball of tumbleweed? Or Sino climbing a tree and getting his hood caught on a branch? That's... What? That happened? Whoa, we really missed all that? Seriously? And nobody thought to tell me? Still, she said there was something big everyone's been talking about. Can you think of anything slightly more significant? More significant. Ah! Is something the matter, madam? Now that you mention it, it must be what I think it is. Recently, rumors have been going around about a certain book. Eek! That's a classic horror story opening. It's not some kind of forbidden tome or anything like that, is it? Forbidden tome? Ha! As far as I'm concerned, it might as well be. Tell me, have you ever read one of those really, really, really badly written detective novels? I don't think I have. Paimon has! Paimon has! Tell me exactly how bad it was. Oh, leave this to Paimon. For example, the type where you start off thinking it's a locked room murder mystery, but it actually turns out the whole building was just moved. What the fuck? That's right! Or it's supposed to be based on pure reasoning and logical deduction, but at the end, it turns out that the culprit has some kind of superpower. Exactly! Or it starts out super serious, but in the second half it just reveals that everyone lost their memories out of the blue. Or it's set in a mountain village in the middle of a snowstorm, and the police officers who's been portrayed as a serious figure throughout the whole story suddenly turns out to be the murderer without even the slightest hint of foreshadowing. You're both being way too specific. Ahem. My apologies. I let myself get a bit carried away there for a moment. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I did borrow a book like that in a few days past. So you borrowed a badly written book, but that happens to the best of us. No, that's the problem. Blizzard swept mountain villages, superpowers, police officers who turn out to be criminals. This book had it all and more. Reading it was tantamount to torture. And despite how complicated it wasn't engaging in the slightest. But there have been all sorts of rumors circulating about this book. Because of the strange marks drawn all over the pages, people are saying that it must be concealing secrets. Do you think there's treasure involved? I'm not sure, but there must be many who believe so. Not only have more and more people been borrowing it, but they've all been specifically asking for the marked up copy. Have you borrowed it too? Yes, I have. As you well know, I am a scholar, so it's only natural to have a bit of curiosity. So just what secrets does the book at the center of the rumors actually hold? I read through carefully from start to finish. Most of the marks are circles, but the beginning and end points of each stroke differ, as does the color of the ink used. Most importantly, all the names of people in the book have been circled. Not only that, many of them are adapted from famous figures in Sumeru's history. Some speculate that these marks must have been left by different scholars over the eras, each researching the book's secrets, each searching for a name they believed in. Others believe that they are a kind of notation made by different people belonging to the same organization, and that the names circled are their code names. Still others think that it is some kind of encryption cipher, but even after finishing it, I came no closer to uncovering the mystery. Not only was reading it a complete waste of my time, but the sheer absurdity of the shoddy excuse for a plot several times over. I was so angry that I returned the book immediately, and when I came to the house of Dana today, I found lots of people skulking around. I suppose they're all still looking for that thing. No wonder you zoned out like that. Paimon's guessing you won't be borrowing any more detective novels anytime soon. Indeed. Paimon, Traveler, surely the two of you must understand how I feel. Don't worry, madam. I feel your frustration. What's the book called? We'll borrow it and take a look ourselves. It's called Reasoning Knows Not Time of Day, but suspense always follows a blizzard. You sure it's a detective novel? Sounds more like the title of a light novel. It really does. Tell me about it. Anyway, I read it at your own risk. It truly is unbearably boring.
Search for clues. Okay. What does this have to do with Simulanka, I wonder? Slam face first into the door. Who's waiting for us in this library, I wonder? Because I'm sure we're meeting more characters. Okay.
There's so many books with long titles here. Let Paimon have a look. Working hard and vacationing harder. What the heck?
An Atlas of Rare Rainforest-Dwelling Species, Professional Edition. The Art of Construction of Coffee Machines. Who exactly reads these?
Secrets of the Elemental Sciences. The book jacket even says, expert approved. The former sage Cyrus praises this as an excellent entry-level book. And this one, a compilation and summary of common basic grammar rules for rare languages of ancient desert people? Ah! Now Paimon's dizzy. It's just so many words. Come on, Paimon, you can learn 20 different languages. Huh? Is that Layla over there? Let's just ask her. She may know something.
Poor Layla. Leave the girl alone. She's probably fallen asleep into a book. Oh, she's sitting up straight. Traveler Paimon! It's been so long. I'm still a bit tired. I don't remember what she sounds like.
Didn't sleep well last night?
I was reading a novel, so I stayed up late.
It wasn't that detective novel everybody's been talking about, was it?
The one with the super long name? Huh? Oh no. If you're talking about reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows a
blizzard.
Oh, right, yes. No, it wasn't that one. Madame Farazan said it was really dull, so I didn't borrow it.
Oh, so you're not that interested in the book's secrets?
I haven't even been able to keep up with my own work, even though I'm up late all the time these days. But way more people have been interested in the book than I ever imagined. 7 or 8 in a single morning. I feel like a living signboard sitting here like this. Kava asked me the same question, so he must be looking for it too. He was even hiding behind a ladder before looking for something. He looked really embarrassed.
Searching for something, hiding behind a ladder? He must be after Mora. That's gotta be it, so he can hurry up and pay off his debt to... Wait, no. Let's just pretend Paimon didn't say anything. Layla, you're really sleepy, right? You must be dreaming this conversation.
Yes, that's right. Let's gaslight the fucking college student. I didn't really get it anyway, but if you say so, it's a dream.
Thank you. We'll keep on looking.
Okay, see you next time. It's not often Layla falls asleep so quickly. Good for her.
Paimon thinks we should go ask Kaveh now. If he's searching for the book, he must know something.
But where is he now?
Good question. But we can try hanging around where he might show up.
Like the bar?
There's a good chance he's there right now, right?
Find Kaveh. Wild guess. Al-Haytham's house or the bar. That's Al-Haytham's house, I think. Yep, that's Al-Haytham's house. ... Do you ever think we seem like a pair of thieves, hiding here to ambush Kaveh? It almost feels like we're here to extort him or something.
Paimon's not sure why that is, though. We just want to ask him a couple questions, that's all.
When have you ever been bothered by your conscience?
That sounds like footsteps. Footsteps. Quick, let's take a look. Stop right there,
Huh? Al-Haytham, what are you doing here? This is my house.
Good question. Surprising indeed. God damn it. Not a good time for my nose to get stuffed up. Good question. Surprising indeed. I was under the impression that you knew I lived here. Good morning. Good morning. What can I do for you? Nothing. Never mind. Oh, goodbye then. Get the fuck out of my house. That's so fucking weird. He just left. Does he have work to do or something? Footsteps again? They're heading towards the door. Stop right there, Kaveh! What are you two doing here? Good question. Surprising indeed. Paimon was under the impression that you'd know the only reason we'd be here is if we were looking for you. What the fuck is happening? Paimon, you don't sound like yourself. Looking for a certain book by any chance? Wait, what? Here's the deal. You and Paimon pull Kaveh to one side and in hushed tones tell him about some shit that happened. How is it you guys know everything? And there I was, thinking I'd been super discreet the whole time. No one should even have noticed. Come on, get real. You really think no one knows you live here? Hey, that's not fair. Of course nobody knows except for Sino, Tainari, Kale, and the two of you, right? Friends are friends, so if they know, well, they know. But what if a stranger overheard us? It would be a disaster. It might even impact my career. Anyway, about that book. You believe it contains intel about hidden treasure, don't ya? Looking to get rich quick, are we? Yeah. Are you offering to help find it? Shucks, why didn't you say so earlier? So there really is treasure. How about this? We help you find it and split the loot 50-50. It's a deal. Traveler, after all we've been through, it's finally our turn to get rich. No need to keep yapping. Hidden treasure. The Paimon probe's homing in on ya. Huh? Hey, Paimon! Okay. Huh? Is that Dia? Why isn't this voiced? Why isn't this voiced? I want this to be voiced so badly. This is terrible. Ah, they haven't fixed the typo. I keep seeing screenshots of this. Traveler and Paimon? Must be my lucky day running into you like this. Dia, you mercenaries are pretty tuned into the grapevine. Have you ever heard of a book called Reasoning Knows Not the Time of Day, but Suspense Always Follows a Blizzard? Wait, you guys are looking for it too? By two, you don't mean you're looking for it too? Darn it, does that mean we're finally gonna have to square off against Dia? Wait a minute, would you mind telling me exactly why you're looking for it? Once more you go over the rumors that Faruzan told you. ... If it really does turn out to be something important, I'll be sure to let you know if I hear anything. Whoa, really? From your reaction before, Paimon thought you were after it too! Don't worry, a client had asked me to get her the book, but her attitude seemed off somehow, so I didn't take the commission. She's a smart cookie though, and it was like she was hiding something, so I thought she must have had an ulterior motive. Besides, I have other things to look into right now. Compared to some commission, it's more important that you uncover the truth behind that book. Anyway, no time to lose. I've got to get going. Alright then, good luck! And don't forget to tell us if you hear anything. Bye, Dia. If I lose my 50-50 to you, it would be okay, because I love you. I wonder who Dia's client could be. Hey! Oh my god, is he coming with us? How are you so fast? Flying's faster than running? Having been through so much, I run fast. Alright, listen to me. It's like this. Paimon, don't get your hopes up. That book isn't some kind of treasure map. It's just an unbelievably unremarkable, surpassingly ordinary detective novel. Huh? But didn't you just say there was treasure? If most people backtracked like that, Paimon would just think they'd change their mind and want to keep all the Mora for themselves. But that's not something you'd do. No, I'm sorry. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you earlier, so I played along with what you were saying. Here's what happened. I borrowed the book a month ago. When I opened it to the first page, I discovered one of the names was printed incorrectly. That night, I'd been drinking, just a little, and was starting to feel drowsy, so I picked up a pen and circled the name. As I'm sure you know, the House of Dana allows borrowers to annotate the books they take out. I'm in the habit of doing that too, so at the time I didn't give it a second thought. But after I was a dozen or so pages in, I realized the names of all the characters in the book had been intentionally written slightly wrong. Maybe it would be more accurate to say that the novel itself was quite strange. All the characters' names were based on real historical figures, but rather than using their original names, they had been tweaked ever so slightly. Most people would assume that the author had made a mistake, or that there had been a printing error when they saw spelling mistakes like that. I didn't find the content particularly appealing, so I returned it before I finished reading it. But later on, I heard that the book had suddenly become the talk of the town, and that there were rumors about mysterious treasure or something. And you thought it had something to do with you? It certainly does sound like it.
Yeah, and I also heard that now all the names in the book have been circled, not just one. I just haven't been able to figure out what in Tevat must have happened after I returned it. Did you tell anyone else that you borrowed it? Let me think. Tainari? Last time we met, I also told him about how poorly parts of the book were written. He said I'd made it sound pretty funny. So much so, in fact, that he suddenly wanted to take a look himself. You made it sound like it was so bad it's good.
In that case, let's go find Tainari!
That's fine with me, but I still have some work to finish up, and it's pretty urgent. How about I head back first, and we can meet up later once I'm done?
No problem. Hope your work goes well.
Me too, thanks. See you later then. Okay. Where are we headed? Of course, they're all in Sumeru City very conveniently. I mean, I'm glad we're getting to do something in Sumeru with Sumeru characters, because I fucking love Sumeru. I just wish it were voiced! Not just because my poor voice is tired, but I love all these characters so much, and part of it is their voice acting. Sumeru's hands down my favorite region. Like, fucking no contest. We are also not in Simulanka anymore, so I'm just gonna go back to a regular team. Oh look, it's Kave. And Tainari! I was hunting mushrooms. This was my team for fungi hunting. Actually, I still need more, so why don't we take a little detour and hunt some mushrooms.
Can't see?
Like, the music is unmatched. The characters are fantastic. The story was amazing. I don't think we're topping Sumeru. I don't know. Natlan's gotta be fucking awesome for it to top Sumeru for me. Because I loved everything about Sumeru. I spend so much time here. Now that I've like finished all the story and everything, I still just like prefer to hang out in Sumeru. I want to eventually get all the Sumeru characters.
Settle down.
I feel like I have most of them at this point. I fucking love Sumeru. And not just because I'm Middle Eastern and it's the Middle Eastern version, or the Middle Eastern region, but that is definitely a big part of it. Actually, who am I missing from Sumeru? Alright, they're in release order, right? Okay. Can we sort by region? No, we can't. Alright. Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma. Okay. So I'm missing I do have most of them. I'm missing Nahida because I skipped her for Shanyun. I do not regret that. Shanyun was an excellent pull. Now, next time Nahida has a rerun, I will pull for her. I didn't get Layla on the banner she was on recently. I didn't get her. She never showed up. It was Baiju and Wanderer, right? So I skipped Wanderer for Baiju. Also, do not regret that. I needed a dedicated healer, and Baiju's been excellent for that. Layla was on that banner, but I didn't get her for some reason. I skipped Wanderer. I will potentially pull for him on a rerun, maybe. I don't really have a need for him, but I do want to collect all of the...
Relax.
What the fuck? Oh my god! He's kind of grown on me after the simulanka stuff. I get it. I get it. I understand the simping. I get it. Like, I do not simp for this, but I get, oh, he was embarrassed. And then I've not pulled Dia yet. I haven't lost my 50-50 to Dia, and I haven't pulled her from Standard, and I know everybody says she sucks, but I love her. I love her as a character. I love her, and I want to have her. And then that would complete my Sumeru collection. I'm 4 characters short, 3 of which are 5 stars. Oh, wait. Where's Sino? Oh, there's Sino. Yeah. Yeah, I just got Nilu on the last banner. I see 6 fucking Farzan. Sino was my first 5-star. I think, yeah. Or was it Ayaka? It says December 6th. No, January 1st? I pulled her January 1st.
Blade, embrace it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sino was my first 5. Yes, because I started in November. And I started on Farina's banner, and I pulled like once, but it was right at the end of the banner, and then the next one was Sino and Ayato. And I skipped Ayato, I pulled for Sino. Because Ayato's playstyle in the trial as a complete fucking noob didn't work for me, but Sino I liked. Little did I know how I was going to become completely fucking obsessed with this asshole and his furry boyfriend. Anyway, a little detour there. Point is, I fucking love Sumeru so much, and I wish I was around when it was, like, being actively released. But I didn't join until the end of Fontaine, and sad. Sad. Oh well. I'm sure Not Long will be super fun too, but Sumeru's my true love in this game, honestly. Anyway, what's Tainari up to? Ah, good old Gandharvaville. Hey, buddy. Over there! Hey, Tainari! Nari, 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 I love you! Oh, never mind. I heard you. With my giant ears. I hear everything. How's it going, Traveler and Paimon? You guys sure look excited. You tell Tainari about how you're looking for the novel, Reasoning Knows Not Time of Day, but Suspense Always Follows a Blizzard. As you do so, you reflect once more on how absurdly long the title is, and how even just saying it out loud makes you feel tired. Ah, that one. Yes, I did go to the House of Dana to borrow it. Kaveh said it wasn't worth reading, but I was curious, so I went and read it anyway. The problem was, there were already 2 names circled in the book I borrowed, and the style of each circle was different. It was like some kind of game. Someone had drawn a red circle around the name of the first character that appeared, then someone else had drawn a green circle around another name. So in the time between Kaveh returning the book and you taking it back out again, someone else had already annotated it?
That's right. Paimon's sure that the first circle was drawn by Cobbett. Yes, no surprise there. If you stop and think about it for a second, guessing the identity of the second annotator should be trivial. Wait, you mean it was... If there are two people living in a house, and one of them drew the first circle, then it's highly likely that the other person left a mark too. Good point. Sometimes those two really are too much. In the end, it is as I suspected from the beginning. The first character whose name had been circled on the very first page turned out to be the murderer. Surely, that's just a blatant spoiler. Like that joke where someone opens a novel and bam, there's a note in the margin that spoils everything right from the start. What kind of joke would be so cruel? That was one of Cyrus's, and it wasn't just a joke. He said he actually pulled a stunt like that when he was younger. Yikes. Who was unlucky enough to borrow the book after he'd scribbled all over it? My master, Nafis, and Professor Zaha Hadid, who had a seminar with him that very afternoon. Cyrus said that Master once threatened to give him a good beating by the side of the entrance of the House of Dana. It was only thanks to my mother and Professor Zaha Hadid intervening that it didn't happen. Paimon doesn't sympathize with Cyrus at all, not one bit. The House of Dana has never stopped people from annotating books, but this seemed like a special case. I didn't think the book could be allowed to keep circulating like that. So I circle several names myself, laying a false trail. The best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. It's a simple principle. Well, when you put it like that, but still. How many names did you circle, Tainari? Let me think. Not too many. About 3 or 4. I chose them all randomly. Then who circled the other names in the book? There must have been others who borrowed it and did something similar. I'm just not sure why. Who'd have thought borrowing books could be so complicated? Alright, let's go see if there's any other clues. What else do I have to say? It seems there's a story behind that story. Who are you? I'm you, but stronger. So stupid. Okay. Hi, Oshpazi! Hello! The very first NPC I saw when I first stumbled into Sumeru. Hi. Just in case you did not see that TikTok, or the TikTok compilation, whatever, that I posted on my YouTube channel, Oshpazi is the verb cooking. So his name is a verb.
Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
Where's my...
And Calvin forgot his keys. Okay, let's go back to the cafe, I guess we're going to the cafe. Boo. Well, I mean, I'm here. Let me just... 98 long-term encounter points from all this.
Astra, thank you for completing...
God, that has been incredible. You can just spend resin and it does your dailies. How amazing is that? Look! There's Dia! Let's tell her what the real story is. Huh? Candace is here too. Of course she is! Because everyone's here! And not a single one of them is voiced! So, I need to reflect a little on what I did. What happened? To meet you here today is surely due to the guidance of the gods. Greetings! Where's your nose, Candace? Candace, is this a personal trip? Today's trip to the city is to buy provisions for the people of Aru Village, as well as help Miss Tataria deliver a message to the sages of the Academia while I'm here. On the way, I happened to see Dia sitting in the cafe looking down, so I came over to chat with her. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. It's just that I suddenly remembered a few details about that book after talking with you. Before that client had even contacted me, I'd heard rumors of an exciting novel full of undiscovered secrets. Out of curiosity, I asked Sino to take it out for me. As a desert dweller and a mercenary to boot, the idea of solving a mysterious treasure map is pretty exciting. Paimon totally gets that. We inherited our custom of searching for the gold and wisdom of the sands from the gods themselves. But that book turned out to be dry as dust. A bunch of names had been circled, but I still couldn't figure out what the puzzle was supposed to be despite reading the whole thing through carefully from start to finish. In the end, I started to think it was some kind of ritual or game or something, so I picked up a pen and drew a circle of my own. But later on, Miss Dunyarzad asked her parents to find a way to borrow it for her. She said that the mysterious markings fascinated her, even though she couldn't get into the book itself. If they were just regular annotations, it wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary, but these strange circles, you can't help but want to try to figure out what they might mean. That's true. So, Dia, what you're reflecting on is having accidentally interfered with other people's reading experiences. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Well, good news, Dia. Wait, hold on a second. Why'd you tell Candace?
She's a warrior, you know? Sometimes she has to interrogate criminals and other things like that, too. Everyone recognizes that her job is sacred, so when we need to think over what we've done wrong, we talk to her about it. Please don't be too surprised, my dear traveler. To me, listening to other people's mistakes is just another way of protecting them. So you're playing therapist. By speaking of your own mistakes and hearing sincere advice in return, improvement will come over time. That's the way we do things.
But all she did was draw a circle, and it's not like she was deliberately trying to mess with anyone. Besides, everyone agrees that the book itself is just bad. Don't worry about it, Dia.
That's true. I was just telling Candace how bizarre it is. Be that as it may, it doesn't change the fact that this just ain't... that it just... What? I can't imagine Candace saying, it just ain't right. But be that as it may, it doesn't change the fact that it just ain't right to mess with someone else's enjoyment of a book. That's the bottom line. Anyway, Dia, please have faith that the gods will forgive your transgression. Besides, you told me about a part of the story where one of the suspects in the case ends up crawling out of the village with on his hands and knees, and he was named Al-Ahmal. That's right. The detective in the book argued that he must have leapt across the broken bridge like a frog. Of course, you find out later on his conjecture was totally off base.
Why is that?
Because it turns out that Al-Ahmal has a superpower, so he could float right across the broken bridge.
What the heck is this book even about? It sounds completely ludicrous.
Al-Ahmal, it's simply too reminiscent of the god, of the good name of King Dashret, don't you think? Like Al-Ahmar. Though considering how transgressive this book sounds, I don't think it's worth overthinking it. You're right. I know, I can't help but wonder what our friends at the Temple of Silence would say if they somehow got their hands on this book. Are we about to go hang out with Sethos now? I really don't remember what he sounds like. I'm sure those sages would be able to unpack interesting ideas from the text we ordinary people could scarce dream of.
It's normal for there to be bridges outside blizzard-swept mountain villages, and normal for them to get broken, but for a person to cross one by floating through the air, why resort to such a lame plot device?
Sounds more like something out of a comic strip.
Paimon's starting to get where Farzan was coming from. If you'd gotten all excited about reading a detective novel, but ended up reading tripe like that instead, better not to even think about it.
So where's the book now? I'm not sure. I returned it after I was done reading it, and back then there weren't as many markings inside as the rumors say there are.
Alright then, Detective Paimon is still on the case.
What is happening? Oh my god. Y'all, this is exhausting. But I would like to finish it, so. Oh, I went the longest possible way, didn't I? Yes, I sure did. I always get fucking lost here. Well, this will give my fucking voice a break.
Hello! His reasoning now's not the time of day, but suspense always follows a blizzard been returned yet. There are 2 copies of this book. One's been marked up and the other hasn't. I'm guessing you're looking for the one with the marks. Oh, you saw right through us. Many others have asked for it too. I apologize though, it seems it hasn't been returned yet. Please come back later. Can you at least tell us who borrowed it? Well, as long as it isn't overdue, we'll wait patiently for it to be returned. Disclosing borrowers' identities without proper reason for doing so would be a violation of professional ethics, so you'll have to forgive me for keeping that information confidential. You've got a point. It would be terrible if someone looking to steal a book started harassing whoever borrowed it. Hey, you two look as confused as a couple of Aranara who've just run into each other head first. Are you looking for something? I can help. Is it Sethos? It's Nahida. Just because we were talking about the Temple of Silence. Anyway. Hi there! Nahida! Have you heard of a book called... Jesus fuck. No, I'm not reading it again. Such a long name. But yes, I know the one you mean. I heard that everyone was looking for it, and it sounded fascinating, so I found a brand new copy to read myself. By brand new, do you mean it wasn't the copy with all the markings on it? Yes, that's right. I was more interested in the content of the book itself than all those rumors about hidden treasure, so an unmarked copy was all I needed. Speaking of which, it's funny, there's more than one copy of this book, but everyone's looking for the one where all the names have been circled. Are they all afraid of spoilers, or do they actually crave them? Oh god. All these high-pitched voices are gonna hurt me. Okay, hold on. If I'm gonna converse between fucking Paimon and Nahida, I'm gonna need to hydrate real fast. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, then do you know who has the copy with the markings right now? I just so happen to have seen it in the hands of one of your friends. If you're looking for the copy that sparked all the rumors, you should look around near the Palace of Alcazar's. Oh, that was it? That was the whole thing? Never mind. I thought I needed to prepare for that. Is it Dory? Does Dory have it? Because that's where Dory lives. Jesus fucking Christ. Look, it's your magnum opus, Kaveh. I only got C1 Kaveh on Neo's banner, but I hope this means he's like been released from jail and he'll have normal pull rates and I'll be able to get more cons for him. Because everyone says he sucks, but he's actually pretty great. You just need to use him in the right team comp, and I've been using him a lot. So, fuck you. It's Sethos and Sino and Dory. Alright, fantastic. Is that, huh? Dory, Sino, and Sethos? Ah, darn you, General Mahamatra. Entrapment isn't gonna work. You can't do that. Hey, what do you mean by entrapment? I fully do not remember what he sounds like. He's like, he kind of just like sounds like a cool dude, right? I don't know. Oh god. You were the one who said you had the book. I said I wanted to read it, and then you agreed to meet me here. Sino showing up too was just a coincidence. Pure coincidence. You! Don't play games with me. I know who you are. You're that new kid Sethos, right? I know you're a friend of Sino's. So you do know who I am. I saw how Sino was chasing you around, trying to get you to play cards, and how you found an excuse to run off after a couple rounds right after. That left quite an impression. You didn't have to mention that. No, I think Dory's right about that. You always look for a way out when it comes to playing Invocation. It's becoming quite a problem. I cannot do that voice. I cannot do any fucking voices. I'm worn out. Traveler in Paimon, you've been standing there for quite a while. Oh, if it isn't my dear traveler in Paimon, what brings you? What? Oh boy. What brings the two of you to the palace of Alcazar-Zaray? What a name. I don't know how to actually pronounce that, and I'm sure it's not Alcazar-Zaray, but I have no idea where to even begin. Is it Turkish? She has like Turkish vibes, so it might be something Turkish, which is like so completely foreign to a Farsi speaker. Might it be that you have come to do business with me, the Lord Sangama Bey? Ha ha ha, of course, of course. Please give me a moment to conclude our business here, then I'll be with you straight away. Anyway, General Mahamatra, as I am sure you are well aware, the means by which I had someone borrow this book from the House of Dana were both completely legal and perfectly reasonable. Seeing as it isn't yet time to return it, you have no right to forcibly seize a book I borrowed. That would only be the case had you not engaged in any irregular activities. Yet just now, a buyer, Sethos, came to the palace of Alcazar-Zaray on the basis of a mysterious message to meet a seller, hoping in vain to purchase a detective novel. What do you mean, buyer? He's one of your people. You sent him here to deliberately try to buy it and entrap me. That's not something I can acknowledge. What I can tell you is that I've had my eye on this book for some time. Remember, it is forbidden to transfer or sell books from the House of Dana without explicit approval from the relevant authorities. Humph! I'm not selling anything, just to be clear. I'm just making the most of an opportunity. If someone pays me a little something on the side, I lend them this mysterious little novel to browse for a bit. If you don't believe me, just ask any of my curious readers. Yes, that's right, your readers. Anyway, I was just showing them the book. Is that so? And here I was thinking you were really going to go through with an illegal transaction like this, Sethos. Huh? Wait, what? You two really aren't together? I was just really curious about this book. I finally managed to track it down, but Sino, it's true. It's true that Dory never actually said she wanted to sell the book. So she isn't the mastermind who started all this? The mastermind? So by your own account, it looks like you might have jumped the gun a bit, General Mahamatra. I'm not handing the book over. You may think you've played an A story, but when you opened the book just now, I saw the truth revealed before me. The book's return date is today. Ah! That Sino's sure got sharp eyes. Jesus. That's right, I do have good vision. You have less than half an hour before the book is overdue. Give it to me, and I will return it. How could I just hand it over to you like that? This is a mysterious, super awesome, mega amazing paragon of illogical detective novels that is practically a treasure. I'm gonna make a fortune off of it. Should you really be admitting that out loud? I didn't say I was gonna sell it. It's not like I was being serious. Then, how about this? Dory, Sino, why don't you play a little game with the book as the stakes? That's one way of solving it. How about it, Dory? Do you dare accept the challenge? If you win, I'll turn a blind eye to the book for the time being. And if you lose, you'll have to hand it over. Oh, sounds interesting. Very well, I'm in. What's the contest? Are both of you confident in your powers of mental recall? My memory's not bad. Yes. And you both have read the contents of this book, correct? That's right. Huh? Sino, you actually read it? Oh no! Oh ho! Well, needless to say, so have I. In that case, I'll just open up the book and flip through a few pages, and you tell me how many names have been circled. Best out of 3 wins. Sounds good. What the fucking... This is so weird! That's nuts! What, chickening out? No, it's game on. Let's go. Good. In that case, the first page. 6! 6. Both correct. Next, the second page. I think it was 4? I'd say 4. Oh, both of you are right again. 2 2 draws, so it all hangs on the next question. Listen up. Oh? Page 61. What? That... I don't quite remember. 7? I know. The answer is 5. Absolutely correct. The answer is 5. Sino, is your memory really that good? I'm not buying it. How did you do that? It's not actually because I have a good memory, but because the circling of names left a deep impression on me. After I borrowed it, I noticed the names on the first few pages had been selectively circled by different people. Each person's penmanship was different, and moreover, I recognized 3 of the circles as having been drawn by Tainari. Few others... And y'all try to tell me they're not fucking married? I don't think if my husband drew circles in a book along with a bunch of other people that I'd be able to recognize the circles he drew. I don't think I could do that. And he and I have known each other for like 13 years. And I do not think I could pick his circles out of a lineup of circles. And y'all trying to tell me these two are not fucking soulmates. Anyway. Few others use the same coloring because he does so. It was instantly recognizable. Ay, 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 Sino. You even know that? Yes, I learned of that habit of his long ago. At that time, I had just been promoted to General Mahamatra and would go to a secret base when I wanted to get through all the trivial tasks with my in-tray at once with minimal disturbances. I would often find Tainari hidden away on a tree there, doing his homework. Noticing the writing implements he favored wasn't exactly detective work. In all these years, he's never once changed the ink he uses. Sure, it's the ink. You... Ah, adorable. So in love. So deeply in love. Anyway, back to the book. Anyone who's read it knows that the first name circled is the real murderer. Perhaps Tainari did not want the plot to be spoiled for anyone else, so he circled other names. Annotating or marking a book is not in itself a violation of book borrowing regulations, but why are all the other marks there? Is it some conspiracy behind them? What do they have to do with Tainari? I like that he followed the same, train of thought as Tainari as well. I want to get to the bottom of this, even if it's just for the sake of my friend. And to uncover your friend. And they were roommates. And to uncover the secret, you must become part of the conspiracy. So I circled all the other names that were left in the book. What? To think you'd do such a thing. So there's no treasure at all. It was just you guys all along. That's right. Should you wish to hide a grain of sand, bury it in the desert. The best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. You two are the same damn person. And in that grain of sand, I can catch a glimpse of the truth. And so you were drawn to it, making your plans, yet in a twist of fate were discovered by me. No matter how vast this world is, you cannot run from the long arm of the law. Wow, you're making a meal out of this, aren't you? You really, really have way too much time on your hands. Okay, I give up. You win. Ahem! That's enough for today. It is time for Lord Sangama Bay to return to her room for some repose. Farewell, all. So, do you intend to take this book back to the Temple of Silence? I'd heard there was treasure hidden inside, and I thought it might have something to do with the temple. I never thought that was the real story behind it. But when you agreed to compete, I had already surmised you were familiar with this book. That's why I chose that particular format. Brilliant move, bro. Bro. Huh? What's with that look? Oh, that was Sino. What's with that look? We were just thinking. There have been more twists and turns in the story behind the book than the actual story itself. Well, as long as you got it back, I'll leave uncovering the rest of the secrets to you and take my leave for now. See you later, everyone. Can I borrow it? Of course. After Sino hands you the book, you and Paimon quickly thumb through it, though you weren't reading very carefully. You can tell that something is not quite right. The plot is wildly imaginative, and just as everyone says, though most of the names in the book seem familiar, on closer inspection you realize that they aren't actually the names of the historical figures you thought they were at first. Not only that, but every name has been circled. Thinking back on the course of events, you fall silent, and then you explain the full story. How unexpected, but still, it does make sense, and it is far better than the existence of an actual conspiracy. In that case, I still have other plans. Last time I was at Caravan Rebot, I promised I'd meet Dia and Candace for drinks. Could I trouble you to return the book for me? Sure. Leave it to me. Thanks, friend. Is it over? Okay. We're gonna go from here this time, because the waypoint that's closest, as the crow flies, is not in fact the closest waypoint. And I always fucking forget that. Seriously, why is this part of the summer event? I don't get it. Because it has nothing to do with Simulanka or anything. When it was about, like, a book, I just assumed it was gonna be another, like, copy of the Simulanka story or some shit, but I guess not. It's just a weird thing. Well, we're finally back. Now, let's return the book. You really found the book? Amazing! I've been waiting here for it to be returned so I could see it as soon as possible. You recount the entire tale to Kave's ears. Ah, seriously? How is that even possible? I circled the actual murderer? Paimon's pretty surprised by this whole thing, too. Let's just take care of the book problem first. Okay. Hello, this book, it's probably my fault for using permanent ink to mark a page, since that caused a whole mess of other things to happen. Now that it's all marked up like this, and there's even a risk of those marks spoiling the story, so I'd like to buy it. The whole issue should be avoidable if the Academia uses the money to buy a new copy. Would you please consider my proposal? Mr. Kave, your idea has merit, and it is indeed a good way to resolve the situation. I'll confirm the book's price now, and then you can pay over there. That's great. Thank you so much. Shortly afterwards, Kave accompanies the Academia staff to register the purchase of the book and pays the full amount. The staff member carefully wraps up the thoroughly marked up old book and gives it to him. What a blunder. Regardless, thank you so much for all your help. It was nothing. We were just kind of along for the ride. Still, Kave, it'd be better if you used something more erasable to make notes in the future. I understand. I'll never let myself subconsciously correct typesetting errors ever again. No, I mean, I'll never again borrow a book with such a long name. At least for a while. How bizarre was that whole thing? Ah, Alhaitham, you're here. I was looking everywhere for you. What is it? Guess what I've got in this little bag here? If I had to guess, a young man's tears of regret. And what would you know? Its reasoning knows not time of day, but suspense always follows a blizzard. You actually bothered to memorize a ridiculous and boring name like that. That's just because when I was filling out the paperwork to buy it back at the Academia's office, I had to write it out over and over. Then it looks like this book has a new owner. Only because I subconsciously marked up the book with ink. Did you know that Tainari, Dia, and Sino all circled names in the book, and it all started because the name I circled was the real killer? To be perfectly honest, the moment I first saw the murderer's name circled, I knew this would happen. Wait a second, how come you've read the book too? I had the pleasure of reading it in the House of Dana. The logic is a mess. It's just poorly written. And you left the book out in the study. So you knew I circled the killer? Then, did you circle any names in the book? What do you think? So you did? The second one is mine. Why?
The best way to avoid spoilers is to add a red herring. Then why just one? Tainari circled 3! I already significantly reduced the probability of the murderer's identity being spoiled for the next reader. That's more than enough. No need to worry about things that are beyond saving. And just why isn't it necessary? Using permanent ink to circle a name on the first page. That's obviously beyond saving. What kind of logic is that? I bet you just drew your circle for fun. If I must say so, then it's because the circling of the names is far more interesting than the book itself. Fair point. In the end, I only have myself to blame for using up all my pencils. I need to go buy some more. Congratulations. This one-of-a-kind, out-of-print book, personally penned by the hands of so many, is now yours. Do you think I look happy about it? I don't even want it. If it was Paimon, she wouldn't want it either. That's a no from me, too. What a silly quest. Okay. That's the end of that, I guess. Yeah? Okay. I still don't understand what this was part of, why this was part of this. But alright. Whatever. We did it. We finished Simulanka. All the story is done. The world quests are done. It is done. It is done. I'm tired. I'm gonna call it for today. I guess there's still stuff for me to find in Simulanka, but honestly, I'll probably do it on my own. Maybe next weekend we'll do, what the fuck is her name? Emily's story quest. I'm not pulling for Emily, but, I mean, I'm doing the story quest, of course. I might pull for Yelan. I haven't decided yet. Anyway. I'm out. I'm out. I'm gonna fucking take a nap or something. I'm so tired. Alright. Bye-bye.